Welcome to the grid, where the names don't fade, where the first turn shakes and the brave get made. PHG in the air, hear the whole room call. Season 4 tonight, yeah, we came to ball. Chrome on the nose and the tires scream. Every lap a test, every corner a dream. Legends in the lane with the pressure on. When the lights go down, we're already gone. PHG, PHG, let it ring through the dome. Bring that fire to the track, bring it all back home. Drivers on edge, eyes locked, hands cold. One more shot at glory, one more story told. Helmet on tight, heart loud on my chest. Nerves like a wire, but I never rest. Grid full of ghosts with the title to keep. And the whole world waiting when the red lights sleep. Every move sharp, every line stays clean. Close on the inside, cut through the scene. If you want the crown, better hold that pace, cause the legends don't blink in a high-speed race. Hear that shit now. PHG, PHG, PHG. Feel it shake now. PHG, PHG. One breath, one line, one chance to shine. No backing off, it's go time. We go time. PHG, PHG, let it ride. Legends race here, nowhere to hide. PHG, PHG, feel the flame. Season 4, we all know the name. PHG, PHG, take the crown when the lights hit red. We don't slow down. PHG, PHG, hear that roar. The legends race here, and we want more. Late apex pressure, I'm cutting it close. Paint on the bumper, I'm ghost to the ghost. They want my line, but I've been that raw. One hard pass and the whole room cool. Burnt out rubber on the edge of the fight. Every lap counts in the dead of night. If the pack comes close, I don't move back. I hit that gap like a clean attack. Hear that chant now. PHG, PHG, PHG. Feel it shake now. PHG, PHG. One breath, one line, one chance to shine. No backing off, it's go time. PHG, PHG, let it ride. Legends race here, nowhere to hide. PHG, PHG, feel the flame. Season 4, we all know the name. PHG, PHG, take the crown when the lights hit red. We don't slow down. PHG, PHG, hear that roar. Legends race here, and we want more. Yeah. Look at that lineup. Look at that pressure. This is where the fast learn fear, and the fearless learn speed. PHG, World Series Season 4. Not a warm-up, not a preview. This is the race. This is the run. This is where legends move. Take the signal, lock the pace. One more lap, one more chase. Hands stay steady, eyes stay true. Every rival pushing through. And the crowd all rise and the engine scream. We break the limit, we own the drive. PHG, PHG, let it ride. Legends race here, nowhere to hide. PHG, PHG, feel the flame. Season 4, we all know the name. PHG, PHG, take the crown when the lights hit red. We don't slow down. PHG, PHG, hear that roar. Legends race here, and we want more. PHG, legends race here. Season 4, we're live, we're locked, we're going. Welcome in, buckle in, tune that grip. PSG World Series Season 4, let it rip. 4 wheels, hard lines, one more lap. Hear that chant, shake the whole room back. PSG, PSG, say it again. From the first green light to the very end. We came for the smoke, came for the pace, came for the chase, came for the race. So if you hear that roar in the back of your mind, that's the feeling. yours tonight. Start, line tremble, gloves on tight, hands on the wheel and the whole room bright. Breakpoints carved like cuts in stone, every turn got a name of its own. Close draft breath in the mirror glow, one bad move and the pack swings low. Check that line, keep the rear end live, you don't survive here, you drive and drive. PHG in the chant, let it ring, every lap got a hungry thing. Engine shout with a razor edge, we run that edge, we live that edge. Now the tension climbs, now the gridlock's tight. Hear the crowd lean in, feel that first turn bite. PHG, PHG, stomp that name. PHG, PHG, we came for the flame. PHG, PHG, shout it loud. PHG, PHG, shake the crowd. Wheel to wheel, we don't back down. PHG, PHG, take the crown. PHG, PHG, right here now. PHG, PHG, hear that sound. Lap by lap, we own this night. PHG, PHG, all fight. And a hard red stare, one late break and you're hanging there. Tiny mistakes turn into scars, cut too close and you're seeing stars. But the pack keeps coming mean and fast, every second feels like the last. Heat in the seat, no room to freeze, we move like wolves through the S-curve squeeze. PHG in the walls and the bones and the hiss and the crowd and the chrome tone. Say my name with the night on back, we don't drift off, we attack. Listen close. This is where it changes. This is where the calm gets stripped away. One corner, one breath, one heartbeat against a wall of engines. If you came for safe, you came wrong. If you came for slow, you stayed home. PHG is here, and the whole season starts now. Shout it loud, shake the crowd. Wheel to wheel, we don't back down. Take the crown, right here now. Hear that sound, lap by lap, we own this night. All fight, let it fade, but the mark we made won't wash away. Season 4, still in your chest. First lap curse and the final test. One last cry, till the checker drops from the sky. We were here, you heard the call. We started all.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the season 4, of the PHG World Series. We are in round 2. We're at Monza, no chicane, multi-class racing. And I've got two incredible guys helping me co-commentate today. We have got JK85 and Tuzzenbox in the house. JK, how are you doing today?
Doing really well. Looking forward to commentating on the first race for me. Is round 2. So yeah, looking forward to all the racing today.
Yeah, split 2, split 4. Mr. Tuzzenbox, how are you?
I'm doing good. Glad to be back on these PHG broadcasts, and like everyone else here, I'm looking forward to some really fun racing today.
Outstanding. Yeah, we had some really good races last night. Tuzzum, you were part of those. The differences between Group 1 and Group 3 on the straights in the splits with the different cars is just incredible. The closing speed and everything had some really exciting, we'll just go with that, exciting moves to get past some of those cars. It was really fun to watch, and I wouldn't expect anything less today. So
let's go off-road at one point, didn't you?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it's the speed difference. I think there's like a 30 mile an hour speed difference. And there there was one point where three cars were on the straight, and they all went for a move all at the same time. There was just nowhere else for me to go except on the grass.
Yeah,
Right.
But
made it stick as well.
Yeah.
yeah, it's very exciting, and I'm looking forward to seeing much more of that, but from the spectator side of it, not from the driver's side.
Yeah, it's little bit more relaxed behind the mic.
Definitely.
I can only imagine what that's like.
Definitely less
in race,
practice.
right? All right. Well, first off, to get this started, I want to kind of open up and introduce our sponsors of the race. JK, Tuzum, if you can read us through these, I'd sure appreciate it.
Yeah, sure. So SimNet Racing is focused on delivering high quality, affordable sim racing hardware, highlighted by their SP Pro load cell pedal set. These are designed to provide precise braking feels, consistency, and improved control for competitive drivers. Built by sim racers for sim racers, their products strike the perfect balance between performance and accessibility.
All right, our next sponsor is Paul Davis. With decades of experience in residential and commercial restoration, Paul Davis Restoration is a trusted leader in emergency services, water and fire damage restoration, mold remediation, reconstruction, and large loss recovery. Their commitment to professionalism, rapid response, and customer care has made them a respected name across the industry.
And from me, for the racing wear, makers of the ultimate sim racing shoes and custom apparel designed for sim racing. By sim racers, 4D sim racing shoes are custom engineered to connect racers to the pedals in a way that no other racing shoe can, and still provide all the comfort needed for those double and triple stints. Visit 4dracewear.com and check out the original racing gloves for your feet.
And last but not least, we have MCW. MCW delivers high quality sim racing gear, including custom GT style wheel replicas and premium accessories built for performance, precision, and immersion, especially within the Fanatec ecosystem.
Thank you guys. Now let's take a look at what we're actually doing today. We are, again, Season 4, Round 2. It is a 60-minute endurance race. We'll be looking at the tires with a 5-time wear rate. Racing hards are required. Racing mediums and racing softs are available, but you got to make sure that these drivers run at least the one lap on the racing hards. We have our fuel consumption is set at 2 times with a 3 liter per second refuel rate. And again, we're racing the GT1 Group C Legends and the GT3 Legends on the same track at the same time. And the graphic there of Monza shows the chicane, but we're not using the chicane today. So we got a full, I mean, these cars, I think they were getting like, I think I saw 208, 209 miles per hour by the time they actually get to the actual chicane at the end after turn 1 there. So look for some good speed. And again, the closing rate should be fun. What do you guys think? Are you ready?
I'm going to
I
say
can't
I was
wait.
born ready. I was born ready.
All
Yeah,
right.
these split two guys, they got a lot of intel, not only from their own practice, but from yesterday's split 1 and split 3 races. So I would imagine by now they got their strats all ready to go, and now it's just time to commit.
Yeah, we saw yesterday that there are definitely multiple strats that these drivers yesterday were attempting. We saw all 3 tire compounds being used, and we saw 1 stops, 2 stops. We even saw 3 stops. So it's gonna be crazy. I mean, but like you said, Tuzum, the drivers today have the privilege of watching yesterday's races to fine tune, what they want to do with their strategies. So it'll be interesting to see which way they go. Do we have any favorites in this first race?
I have none.
Yeah,
I'm
me
here.
either.
I think everyone. If you even look at the split qualifying, everyone's so close. Literally can be anyone's race.
It can.
Yeah, so I think the start obviously is going to be important because it's a stand start, isn't it? And so
It
that's going to
is.
be
Yeah.
hugely important how people start the race, and then obviously staying out of trouble. I think that the funny thing with this track is it leads some people that when you're following them into a false sense of that you're faster than the person in front because you're being pulled along by the slipstream. But actually, in this track, there's only a few places you can actually overtake. But the track gives you the sense that you can overtake in every corner. And actually, if you do, you either end up missing your break point or missing the corner completely. So it's a difficult track to judge and to pass on, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Well, we have the PHG, the ROTC. We gave us a couple laps, one in each group car that we could take a look at here. We call it the ROTC lap. Let's see if we can get that going.
All right, so here we are at the Festival of Speed, coming down the very, very, very long start-finish straight in the GT500 Supra. Heck of a motor carriage. Coming around T1, easy flat out. Just pushing it. To note, this is on the medium tire. So this isn't even on the fastest tire, but the Rossi is moving, as you see, late on the brakes into the what is usually the second chicane, now the first chicane, using all of the curbing there on the inside, taking a little bit wider line here into Lesmo 1, getting flat out on the power as soon as possible. Gonna hit the apex here ever so slightly in the second part. Get a little squirrely coming out, just showing you how far on the limit this driver is. Doing an excellent job down yet another very long straight. And that seems to be the theme of this race, long straights. How can you use it coming in to the final chicane? This is a fast sweeping one. You want to carry as much speed, as much momentum as possible, hitting the apex, but being wary of those bigger sausage curves that can unsettle a car. Onto yet another straight into the final turn of Parabolica. Coming in, he's going to be late on the brakes, going to want to carry a lot of speed into this corner, get the front end to bite, and then back on the power as soon as possible, running out wide, using as much track as he can to come across the start-finish line for our lap in our Group 3. Now moving over to our Group C car, you can already tell how much quicker this automobile is. Just flying down here, we saw speeds of 208 miles an hour coming around this turn. That is insane to think that these drivers will be flat out into turn 1. Coming into the first chicane on the brakes, you can see he has to slow down a little bit more, getting that car under control to get back on the power. We saw how much tire wear the rears suffer on these cars. Getting as much power, you can hear the tires squeal a little bit there as he straightens out into Lesmo 2, getting a good amount of the apex, running out wide, keeping it straight, and pushing hard down to Mascari. Where is he going to be as he goes under the bridge, looking for his braking point right there, down onto the brakes, clipping the curb, running and using all of the track here, avoiding those little sausages, and having a great exit, carrying as much speed, as much momentum as possible. Coming down into the final turn, once again, it is easy to understeer here, even though this car is prone to some oversteer. You can see the front end pushing along as he tries to get on the power, able to get the power down, making a short line to the finish, and across the line he goes.
PHG, the ROTC. We'll be running the ROTC laps every week just to help us walk through so you guys as a viewer understand where we're racing, what we're looking at today. Again, 2 different cars. But let's take a look. Let's get ready. Let's take a look at the splits for round 2, split 2. Tuzum, if you can walk us through this lineup, I'd sure appreciate it, sir.
Sure thing. So starting on pole in the GT1 class, we have the Truth Serum with a 27-101. Saint will join him on the second row, both in the Nissan R92. In the second row, we have Mr. Casual and Jeffrey GT97. Casual in the 787 and Jeffrey in the Nissan. On the third row, we have PHG Sheldologist and Felmora. Sheldo in the R92 and Felmora in the the 787. And finally, on the final spot in the GT1 group, we have PHG Ecstasy in the 787. Now, starting at first in the GT3 class, we have PHG Veterdan. No, that is not a Corvette. That is the Super GT500. S7R Digital Relay will be starting in second in the GT3 class in the BMW M3. Behind them will be VIP Cornbread and RTR Stamps, followed by PHG Amarillo Dash. And on the back row, we have Drobo in the NSX and PHG Strict 9 in the M3.
Thank you. Thank you. I am really disappointed. I'm really disappointed that nobody used the McLaren F1. I know the car stinks, but somebody should have at least tried it.
They did. They just didn't. They didn't make it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The complaints that I heard about the McLaren F1 is that it just does not handle the curbs well, and with the way that you got to cut a couple of these corners, it's kind of imperative that your car can handle those curbs. Yeah. Personally, out of those 5 cars, if I weren't going to go with the F1, which I probably would have, I would like the Silhouette, because I like to use my 8 shifter here.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm
fast in a straight line as well. That is Silhouette.
All right, guys, I think we are about ready to go. Any final thoughts on what you guys are expecting today?
Close, fast racing. That's what I expect, and tires that won't last.
Yeah, I mean, right.
I want to see chaos. That's what I'm here for.
Captain Chaos.
Typical race fan right there. All right.
Yeah.
Here we go, you guys.
Good luck, racers. Enjoy the show, guys.
They are on the grid. As we are looking at the truth serum starting on pole. Here we go. Looked like a clean start. Nobody jumped the lights, so that's good. And already, Satan, Mr. Casual, getting by the truth serum.
Yeah, those 787s are extremely fast off the line.
Yeah, that was a perfect example. We got Saint, looks like he's starting on the mediums, which is probably something I would do starting up front too. Start on the mediums.
Whoa! Someone missed that break point. Easy done.
Wow.
I think that was Jeffrey.
At least he did.
Well, kudos to him for not hitting anybody
else.
else.
I was just about to say, at least he did want chaos there.
Right.
Box, almost.
almost gave Tuzzum what he wanted. All right, let's take a look. See if he just missed a braking point, if he got bumped. Oh, yeah, he was just
straight
late.
Oh, he done very well to avoid contact. Well done, well done.
Well done, Jeffrey. Yes, kudos.
That could have been absolute race ending for some of those drivers.
That'll drop him back into the last place for the Group 1 cars. And here we are. We are looking...
That's a Corvette, no?
Oh, this is the Group 3 start. Okay. They're coming into turn 1. Ooh, Stamps. Late dive. Little pinch. Kept it clean.
Whoa. It was a bit tight all the way around there.
Not bad. Not bad. Sorry, Tuzzum. No chaos there.
It's another nearly one.
I mean, we got an hour left, so anything can happen. I'm keeping my hopes up for this one.
All right, we're looking at Saint, Mr. Casual, Truth Serum. Looks like the top 3 were on mediums. And we got Ecstasy, who I believe started P7 in the Group 1 cars. He's already up to P4. On racing hard tires, I might add. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's done well. I wonder if anyone's had a few issues.
I'm looking through the GT3 class right now. Vetter Dan, who's currently leading, he's the only person who started on mediums. Everyone else is on the hards. Cornbread just picks up a 1 second penalty going through the first chicane. And I must have missed something because Stamps is in 13 or 6th. He's about 4 seconds behind P5, and Strict 9 is a further 5.5 seconds back behind him. So I'm not sure if something happened to those two.
Oh, yeah, probably might have had something. Yeah,
Probably had an incident.
Yeah,
I tell you
that-
what, this track for penalties is brutal. Like, there's hardly any half-second ones. They're full seconds or more. They're pretty tough. So be careful, guys. Don't break the track limits.
Truth Serum looks like he regained P2, but Mr. Casual with the slips gonna help push him up, try and get back up to Saint. He seems to be running away a little bit. Got a little bit of a gap there. Nest, he's right behind these two.
That's smart racing.
Yeah, it really was. I agree. I mean, like Tuzum said, it's a long race, so I mean, we're only 3.5 minutes into this race, so plenty of time to start your battles.
Yeah, there's a lot of things the drivers are going to be thinking about. Fuel, tyres. I don't need to lunge anywhere here. I don't need to lose too much time. There's a lot going on at the moment. It's not a sprint race. It's not a I'll go as fast as I can for 5-6 laps. This is a battle of attrition here.
Yep. Well, here we're looking at the battle for P5 with Shell Dologis and Phil Mora. See if they're going to work together. For Mora, being patient, didn't try and do any dive under, so that was good.
Oh, Mr. Casual just went wide coming out of a scar. He drops to 4th and might be dropping into P5. Yep, Sheldala just gets through.
Got him. Mora looking inside too.
That's
Too
clean
wide,
racing.
too deep. Let's take a look at this.
There he is. Oof. He went wide and then lit up those rear tyres trying to keep going.
You know, kudos to him for not jumping right back into the middle of the track there too. He kept it out wide and didn't get in anybody's way. Mora with the late break, getting himself side by side with Mr. Casual.
Yeah, he sensed a bit of an opportunity there. You know, Mr. Casual's tyres will be dirty. He probably knew that and thought, I'll duck up the inside.
Well, and
Get
credit Mr. Casual, he's got by Phil Mora and back by Sheldology. He's back up to P4.
He's like, give me my spot back.
Yep.
This is a very close battle here with all of these cars.
Yeah, that allowed Truth Serum to pull away. He's actually now within slipstream range of Saint. I wonder if he knows that he's at a tire disadvantage right now, because he's in a really great spot being able to keep up with Saint, who's running on the medium tires to start.
Yeah, just let him tow you along. That actually makes sense. Good strat right there.
I'd imagine he probably does. You know, these drivers are all top-notch drivers, and they could probably tell how the car behaves to figure out whether they're on a harder or a softer tyre. Not always easy, but you know, these are all aliens.
This is why you always got to have the broadcast on while you race, because we give so much important information.
You know what, Tuzum, I've tried that. I find myself getting distracted. I try to, for that exact reason, because of the information that you get from the live broadcast. But then I find myself, I'm just listening to the broadcast, not paying attention to what the heck I'm doing on track.
I'm in VR, so I get no information anyway. So I just go with what I can do and hope for the best.
The battle P3's tightening up here.
That is going to be really interesting. I'm looking forward to, as this race goes on, who stays with who. Because as we know, everyone's going to be using their tyres differently. Everyone's going to be using different fuel differently.
Yeah, right.
And who's done it the best? It's almost that question now: is who's going to nurse this car to the end the best way possible.
Here we go with our Group 3 leader, Vetter Dan, in the wannabe vet.
That's still a very, very funny looking Corvette.
Right. Drobo, Cornbread, Dash and Digital Relay right behind them.
What's interesting with the Group 3 cars, right, is the Silhouette, the Supra, and the NSX are really, really unstable over the sausages, but the BMW M3 is a bit better. And so you'll probably find that the older cars try to avoid the sausages quite a bit. It's obviously because of ground clearance, I assume.
Hey, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'm looking at Mr. Casual. He just came in for a pit stop on lap 6. I'm not sure what strat he's running, but lap 6 seems extremely early for a pit stop. He comes out on the mediums, and he's got a full tank of fuel, so
Maybe he's doing the
I'd be
two-stop
interested to see what he's about to do.
medium, I guess.
He started on the hards, yeah, so
2 mediums now, runs medium, run medium.
That's a stretch. If he can make that happen, I'd be impressed. But that's a stretch to make 2 sets of mediums last for 35, maybe 36 laps. But we'll see what he can do.
Or it could be that he was in so much air, like getting caught up and tripped up over the cars in front. He thought, I just need to come in and get a free bit of space on track, so he can just put lap after lap after lap, rather than trying to defend and attack cars, depending on what he's doing at the time. That could be a reason why.
So we're thinking he's going to do 2 more stops? Is that what we're thinking, Tuzem?
Based off of how early he pits, he might be doing a 3-stop. I don't know.
Yeah.
Unless he's just going to stretch, maybe do a medium hard from this point. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it's going to be definitely a different strat.
We saw there the actual speed difference with these Group 1 cars starting to lap the Group 3s. It's just incredible how fast they gain on them. I mean, look at this. Especially coming down these straights. It's just the closing.
Yeah, it's like they're going backwards.
Right? The Group 3 cars, they just gotta, be aware, know that the Group 1's cars are coming, hold your line, give them room, and let them make the pass as fast as possible, and then get back with the into your race.
And so we get this point, the drivers are going to have to pick and choose whether or not it's worth it to try to make the overtake, or if they need to hang back for a corner or 2.
Right, yeah. You got to time it right. You got Saint, Truth's coming through right behind them. And these two have built up, looks like, quite a bit of a distance over our third place driver, Ecstasy. Almost 3.5 seconds. Oh, I'm sorry, it's over 7 seconds.
Over 7 seconds.
Yep, Estacy's got a 3.5 second lead over P4, Jeffrey. Take them around the outside. Estacy got caught up coming into the chicane. He had to back out probably a lot more than he was anticipating.
This is going to slow him down a fair bit.
A little bit, yeah.
No, just not taking the right line, And as we know, tenths can mean a matter of winning or losing. It's so close.
Looks like he lost about another second to Truth Serum there too.
Yeah, that's arguably the worst part. You want to run into traffic there, going around the 2 Lesmos. Ascari, it's not too bad because the GT3s kind of take the corners as fast as you would in the Group C. But going around Lesmo, it's really difficult to try to pass in between the 2 corners, and that's where you could lose potentially up to a second behind a GT3.
All over the back of Drobo.
Yep. Just gonna say that working together, that's probably a good thing as Jeffrey comes by. P4, P5, P6. Shieldologist running on the racing hards. Only they've used a quarter tank of gas so far. Look how well that slip works. As they
Oh, Steldo went off the track there for a
yeah,
second.
he did.
Half second.
Picked up the half-second pin. While running purple.
Yeah.
Now he's got to have to work with Jeffrey to keep up with Filmora there.
Yeah.
Look at the
Did he
replay.
just lose where he was? Yeah, I think he
It
just
looked like it, yeah.
he turned too early. Yeah.
I've done that. So we got Jeffrey P10 here. We're looking at Cornbread, still working on the bumper of Drobo for P9.
Could be wrong, but I think Sheldo may have just given Vetter Dan a little bit of a bump draft before serving his half-second penalty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Those Group 1 cars, when they're in front of the Group 3 cars, they do suck them along for a little while.
Looks like a little bit of bump in there. Look at this. Vetter Dan is just out there in his own little race. Drobo Cornbread coming up behind him. Relay and Dash are working together.
Yeah, they're just trying to move it on. I mean, it's so important to try and bump
Something on
draft.
there.
Oh! That was scary.
Man.
That's the dangers.
Right? Now, did Mr. Casual take the right line there? Would he have been better served to stay on the outside? Because he's pretty far back.
Yeah, I think he thought he had enough in him to go round,
Yeah.
to be honest. I mean, to be fair, he made it work.
Yeah, he did. I don't know how, but
Yeah, I thought he would have lost more time than that. And then, yeah, that was super close. That was like with anything I can do, you can do better, or whatever it is.
Right.
Or anything you can do, I can do better. That's the way I put it wrong way around.
Yeah, that corner is actually really, really tricky to overtake. Even though it's flat out for both cars, you're not entirely sure when the GT3 is going to turn in. So the way I would try to handle it is I would try to stay on the outside for as long as I can, hoping that they're going to eventually turn in. But yeah, I mean, either way, like it's really tricky. It looks like it's simple, but again, not knowing when the GT3 is going to turn in can make it really difficult.
Yeah.
Jeffrey giving Felmora everything he could handle at the moment for the 4th spot.
Yeah, the tyres are starting to get worn now, so they're probably trying to negotiate a little bit with those tyres.
Yeah, the left rear there on Jeffrey. It's almost hitting that 50% mark. That's about when
Yeah.
you start seeing some cars start doing a little bit more tail wagging. When
Yeah.
you get down to about that 50% mark.
Yeah, you have to then adjust your brake points, you have to adjust where you're turning in, accelerating points. It's just an evolution of the car.
Jeffrey
Which
coming
I've-
down this straight, definitely in the slipstream. He'll definitely stay with Belmora.
That's why I think I really like the endurance side of things rather than the like quick sprint races. Because, you know, it's not just about being extremely quick on a lap, it's about being extremely quick while trying to look after the car, the fuel, the tyres. It's D-dubs, but $19.99 US, saying, love the broadcast split 4, here I come. Sorry, Misha, give me that crown. Thanks, C-dubs, appreciate you.
Thank you, C-Dubs. And you know, if Belmora and Jeffrey keep messing around, Sheldo's going to pull himself right back into this fray there. Here we got Mr. Casual, 17, almost 17 and a half seconds behind the field, the Group 1 field, but we know he made that stop earlier, so...
Yeah, he came in early. And I know Sheldo's put a lot of time in sort of practice. In fact, he helped me with sort of preparing for today's race, actually, just about what I'm going to talk about, things like that. So thank you, Sheldo, for your help today. And yeah, I know he's putting a lot of work, so I expect him to be pretty strong towards the end of the race.
We saw Vetter Dan have a 10-second lead over P2 in class, the Group 3 cars. Here we got a tight battle between Stamps and Digital Relay. Stamps works with Relay, push themselves back up and towards Drobo and Cornbread there right in front of them. Amarillo Dash right behind these two.
And all of these corners that they're in at the moment is impossible to pass. Even if someone's made a mistake, it's difficult. You can do it, but it's still difficult. But when the people are not making mistakes and they're just driving their line, it's really hard. Even if you have got the superior tyre or just a better exit, it's hard to pass because they're so fast and sweeping. And so that's what I was sort of leaning into, that, you know, this track leads you into this idea that I can pass and disappear up the road. And even when you pass, you'd end up looking in your mirror and you see the car that you just passed right behind you trying to pass you back.
Get in there, right? Truth Serum is holding on.
Yes, yeah, he's right there. What's the fuel difference between Saint and the Truth Serum?
We got Truth with just over half, Saints at half. So honestly,
that's going to play a factor.
Yep, Saints got more gas and better tires at the moment. Or, I'm sorry, Truth Serum.
The Truth, yeah, and I think Saints' rear tyres are worse than the Truth's as well.
Yeah.
So I just looked through all of the Group C cars, and all of the R92s, they have noticeably more fuel on board compared to the Mazdas.
There must be a characteristic of the car then, I assume. That high revving rotary engine is a thirsty little thing.
Strict 9 letting the top two cars go through. Well done. Nice, clean, safe.
Oh, God.
Here we've got P3, who is 12 seconds behind the top two cars here. So Belmora running P4, right in front of Jeffrey, who's got Sheldo. Sheldo just pulled himself right back up into that battle for the 4th spot.
He's looking after the fuel and tyres as well. He's doing a really good job on them.
Yeah, he is. And then Mr. Casual, you know, again, he made that early pit. He's still holding back there. About 17, 18 seconds behind this group, so.
You know, on the softer of the two between the hards and the mediums, I would have thought he would have made a bit more inroads to the cars up ahead. You know, 38 seconds behind the lead. I'm not sure where that would put him once they come in for their pit stops. I think he might be able to overtake P5 and P6. So I think the pit loss is, I think it's somewhere around 17 or 18 seconds if you just go for tires. But yeah, I think he needs a little bit more pace on those mediums to try to make a multi-stop strat work here.
Right.
Mr. Casual's fuel to the end though, isn't he? If he's clever with the fuel, he could probably last 40 minutes. The fuel levels we've got. Yeah, the True Serum's getting held up by Group 3 cars at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, he lost 5 seconds to Saint getting through this traffic. Because he was right on his bumper. You see him trying to make a pass on Cornbread. Kind of had to narrow his turn up a little, which cost us some time. It's tough, and all he can do now is just hope Saint runs into a similar issue.
It is hard, yeah. And the thing is, Cornbread's trying to race his race as well.
Right.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, because Cornbread, he's got Drobo all over him and 2 more cars coming.
That's
So
right. So yeah, I mean, and the thing is, the Saints going to have issues. I mean, all the Group 1 cars are going to have a similar problem at some point within the race. It's that long, so I'm sure it'll come back to.
Looks like Estes caught this group of Group 3 cars just right. We're coming right out of turn 1. Good battles going on in this Group 3 class right now.
Yeah, and it's all really, really close. The front left on that BMW is not looking too good.
We got a really big gaggle going into the first chicane, but first we got was that
Drobo?
Is that Drobo?
Yeah.
Over
yeah,
Cornbread
Drobo,
down the front straight.
Keeping it nice and tight on that corner.
Yeah, there's a huge gaggle of cars approaching this car. It was a Felmora had to go off to the grass to overtake one of the GT3s.
Yeah, he did.
Sheldo's bullying his way through as well.
Oh, Cornbread's off.
He crashed.
Cornbread and P11 going through a scar. Not sure if there was contact or if he just braked late. We'll see what happened here.
Got here, yeah. Oh.
Oh, a little bit of contact with Jeffrey there.
Jeffrey,
Yeah, I think
that's a shame.
Yeah, I know it's so hard when you're within the faster class to not make a move like that, but I think a little bit more patient would have been better served there.
Yeah, I think so.
Honestly, I would say, I would say the
issue.
netcode could have been it, but I think he had the move done. He just didn't leave the space on the outside. If he had kept his line in the braking, then I think that would have been fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here we are looking at our current leader, still holding that 5-second lead over Truth Serum, but his left rear tire he's only got a couple more laps on that. He's going to have to pit here soon. See if he can make it to that 30-minute remaining mark. And you know what? Even out of the top 3, Estesy's got the best looking tires, I think. Because even Truth Serum, who was looking good just a few laps ago, his left rear was looking a little worn.
Yeah, and we saw so many cars yesterday coming at all different times, and I think all these drivers have seen that and tried to adjust their strat to whichever one they felt suited. Because at the moment, apart from Mr. Casual, who came in on the end of lap 6, everyone's still out.
Jeffrey. It looks like Mr. Casual's been able to close in a little bit with Jeffrey having that little incident, but yeah, I'm with you, Tuzum. I would have expected a little bit more closing pace from Mr. Casual, and it doesn't seem to be closing at all, really.
Yeah, with one more pit stop to make, because those mediums definitely aren't going to go another 30 minutes.
No.
I'm so curious to see what he's going to finish this race with. If he's going to go with another set of mediums, or if he's going to put on another set of hards.
What about softs? What if he runs the mediums as far as he can? I mean, you're only going to get, 6-7 laps on the softs, right?
Yeah, the softs, as far as the Group C's, they are not really a viable racing tire. Like, you'll start to see performance degradation after just like 4 or 5 laps.
Interesting. Yeah, so his best option would, if he could, make these mediums last as long and do another set of mediums. But that's still going to be stretching them. Here we're looking at Digital Relay with Amarillo Dash on his bumper. I'm actually quite impressed how well these Group 3 cars have been able to stay pretty close together. Yesterday's races, they were getting about the halfway point. Everybody started getting really spread out, and that was probably due to some of the pit strats and everything, but I'm actually quite impressed how well this group's staying together.
Yeah,
Just looking at chat. Talon was saying the tree's got front end damage, so it wasn't just traffic that slowed him down earlier on.
Oh.
So I don't know what happened there. I'm sure we'll find out.
All right,
I was gonna say most of the GT3 drivers are still they're like really close to one another. The exceptions being Veteran Dan, who's on the softer tires, and Strict 9, who it looks like he's made his pit stop already. So he's on a fresh set of hards with full tank of gas, so he might be good to the end.
Okay. Group 1 cars are, I mean, they're still together, but they're pretty spaced out. I don't think they're getting the help of slipstream from one another now.
They're not, so they're having to manage everything themselves now.
Yeah.
You know, short shifting or changing fuel maps, not turning the wheel so much to burn the tyre. Yeah, they must be looking at when's the best time to come in for a new set of tyres.
I'm looking at Saint right now. I'm really surprised he didn't pit on that last lap. He's got one pixel on that right or on that left rear.
Yeah, we saw someone else do that yesterday, and I thought the same thing. How are you still at? How are you still driving?
Yeah, Jersey, I think, was the one that surprised us yesterday. I think he got to this point, ended up going still one more lap after this.
That there's nothing left there. If he goes round again, he's a cyborg.
There he comes. He's coming in.
Here he comes. He's did. We'll probably see a flurry now of cars coming in.
Yeah, Drusserin coming in right behind him. See what Ecstasy does. Ecstasy, he can go probably another 2-3 laps.
That will bode him well on the other end
Belmora.
of the race.
Belmora comes in. Chevrolet just did. Jeffrey stays out.
Stayed out.
He's got a couple laps I think he can make. Mr. Casual. On the mediums, he's probably got a couple more laps. He can go run on the.
Yeah, he can still run. Like I said, I think he's fueled to the end, Mr. Casual, so he doesn't need to grab fuel when he comes in next.
Mr. Casual getting by Saint.
So
just see how much
people so Truth came out on another set of hards, which we saw Wid do yesterday. I was wondering if he was gonna try the hard medium strat, but it looks like he's gonna play the safer route and do a double hard stint, which did win split one yesterday. So
it did.
I was just about to say that you saw down the left-hand side bar the fuel usages across the Group 1 cars there as they all came in, and so much varied sort of fuel consumption. But Shell have done really well and got it done in the pits.
Yeah, he leapfrogged Belmora, takes over potentially P2 of the race right now. It's a good on him for fuel saving.
Estacy's finally coming in.
Yep. All right, so that'll cycle Jeffrey up to the lead.
So I think the second phase of this race is probably the most difficult because you are so spread out. Some people on different strats. You don't really know where you are until probably the last, maybe 10, 15 minutes left of the race.
Right.
And so you just need to be you know, turning into a robot almost and hitting your brake points, hitting the apexes, and trying to keep your laps as consistent as possible. And then you almost wait until like 10 minutes left to go, and then you figure out, okay, where am I? Do I need to push more? Do I need to save a bit more fuel? Can I relax? So this is the hardest part of the race, I think, is to keep motivated and just keeping that lap time under a consistent time.
And we see the truth serum, who was at a 5-second deficit when the pit cycle started to Saint, is now leapfrogged Saint and has quite a bit of a gap on him. And again, that's probably due to that fuel saving.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, if you look at their fuel levels, the Truth Serum is at about 2/3 of a tank, where Saint had to fill up to over 3/4. So that shows you how much more that 787 is burning its fuel.
Right.
Yeah. And it could be, you know, the way you wanted to drive the car in the first stint. 'Cause you know, revving the car out, as we all know, burns more fuel.
Right. And it looks like Drobo has taken the lead from Vetterdan in the Group 3 class. So Vetterdan, we know, has made a pit. So we'll have to see once Drobo does. And honestly, Drobo can probably get another 2-3 laps on his tires with fuel.
Yeah, he's really managed those tires well.
Yeah, I would imagine those guys are going to run until they're at a spot where they can comfortably get a set of mediums to the finish.
And this is for the battle for P3 in class right now, between Digital and Cornbread, with Amarillo pulling up right behind him. But I mean, 35 minutes into this race, and they're still bumper to bumper.
Yeah.
Here comes Jeffrey in the Group 1 car pushing through. On
Be
these guys.
careful, Jeffrey.
Right?
You're not a ghost.
Jeffrey,
There we go, you're in.
his pit finally. It looked like one of the Group 3 cars came in right behind him. Might have been Amarillo Dash. Cornbread.
Yeah, Amarillo's coming in for a pit stop Aruski.
Cornbread getting by Digital down the straight. As they heading towards that chicane.
Not enough to overpass.
No.
Got Group 1 car coming up again.
Truth, our leader, coming up on these two. Let's see where you can. Oh, those two side by side. Looks like there might have been a little bit of contact there.
Yeah, like I said, it's really difficult to pass around here cleanly, so you're always going to get a slight little knock here and there potentially, as long as it's not dirty.
Well done to Digital and Cornbread holding the inside lane there, giving Truth Serum a lane on the outside to get by him safely.
Yeah, Digital will be thankful that the Truth came flying past just to give him a little bit of slip to keep Cornbread behind a little bit longer.
Right. Here we got Mr. Casual. That left front, or that left rear is worn out.
Yeah, he'll be coming in now, I think.
Right, and with 23 minutes still left to go. That's a stretch for the mediums.
It's a long time. Maybe with the lower fuel it'll be okay, possibly.
Possibly, yeah. Casual's in. Drobo's in, our leader of the Group 3.
Yeah, Digital and Cornbread stayed out. So I wonder if Mr. Casual, what tyre he's going to put on now. Whether he puts some of the go-go juice in.
Cornbread using the slipstream to get back by Digital Relay. Monkey see, monkey do from the last lap. We got a Group 1 car coming up the out. Oof. That was tight. Saint.
Super narrow margins there.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this. See just how narrow was this? Well, they went too wide. Oh.
Oh, that's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Now, the scary part about that is that the Group Cs actually have to brake earlier than the GT3s. So there was almost contact based off of the difference in the braking zones.
Yeah. That was as close as you'll ever have it without crashing.
Right. I'm saying these guys will probably go. These two will probably go one more lap.
Oh, Cornbread just picks up the second penalty.
Ouch, that's gonna hurt him. He'll definitely be coming in next lap. Oh, hit the sausages. But held that pretty well. Just a little bit too much to the left coming in.
It's so easy to get penalties on this track.
All right, Cornbread is in,
those
but
tires.
Digital Relay stayed out for another lap.
And look at this difference. Like I said, Truth, he had a 5-second deficit to Saint when the pit cycle started. He's now holding almost, what, a 12.5-second advantage. However, Saint seems to be closing pretty quick. That time was coming, the Delta was coming down. Oh, we got 3, 4, 5, 4. 4 of the GT1 cars right here on top of one another. Still over halfway through the race. Sheldo, Jeffrey, Ecstasy. Oh.
Oh, that is so scary.
Right. That was sketch. Well done to Jeffrey for holding on to that. Fillmore's view, because he was behind all those two. And we got Ecstasy coming up right behind Fillmore. So Jeffrey, or Sheldo holding P3 for now. Jeffrey trying to get the inside. Well done. Side by side.
Both going for it.
Yeah, they are. Well, I think Sheldon might have backed out just a little right there. Get the slip, get right back by him.
The slipstream is just ridiculous, isn't it?
But Jeffrey does have the preferred line, that inside, but now Sheldon's going to have it going in. Who can break later?
Oh!
Little bump. Sheldon.
I was going to let Felmora overtake Jeffrey and take P4.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll see a replay of it going through the chicane.
You go on the outside, that's the danger. You turn in too early and then that's it.
Yep.
He couldn't go for the he shouldn't have gone for the apex there because the car was there.
Yep. Felmora, like that. Made his attempt to get by Jeffrey, but Jeffrey held him off. But definitely brought Ecstasy right back into all of this.
Absolutely. I mean, Jeffrey tried to go for an apex that wasn't his to have.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately, then hit Sheldo because Sheldo's car was there.
What tires did Mr. Casual? Did anybody catch that?
He's on another set of mediums.
So he did go with mediums. He's fresh. 20 minutes on the stint. Definitely possible. And you know what? He has closed that gap down. He's only about 10, 11 seconds to Ecstasy. Here we got our leader of the Group 3 car. Let's see if Digital...
Still no pit. He's made them tires last.
Yeah,
so we got a huge gaggle of GT1s going down the first corner, Curva Grande.
Oh, Digital Relay does make his pit. Look at this.
Look at these. Kept it clean.
Jeffrey Felmora and Ecstasy all right there.
Oof. Scares me that corner when you try and duck it up the inside.
These guys are fighting tooth and nail like it's the final lap, but they still got almost 20 minutes left in this race.
And it's only going to get more intense. The passes are going to get braver. The later on the brakes, earlier on the throttle.
was taking a quick look-see through all the Group C cars. It looks like everyone should be
Famora
good
with
to
1
go
second.
till the end. Yeah, Famora picks up a 1-second penalty. He'll serve at the next lap. Must have picked that up going through Ascari.
There it is.
The same thing that we saw Cornbread do in his Group 3 car.
Yeah, easily done.
Better
Yeah.
Dan back to the lead over Drobo with almost a 9-second lead.
That's a healthy lead.
Yep, Cornbread behind Drobo by over 9, almost 10 seconds. And we got Stamps, Digital Relay. They're all getting pretty spread out now. Kind of the same thing we saw yesterday. Once the pits happen, everybody starts, with their strats, different tires. Things just kind of get spread out, just the way it's going to be.
Yeah. And this is where they'll figure out where they are on track and know what they need to do next, or do they just consolidate the position they're in depending on their situation.
Right. So, Kazim, about this point, 15 minutes, coming up with 15 minutes left in the race, where was your mindset yesterday?
I was solely focused on trying to catch P2, and I was worried because he's like on the medium tires, he seemed to have a little bit more pace than I did. And one of the things I kept thinking was that he pit really early for his mediums. So I kept telling myself at some point his tires have to die. And then for the longest time they didn't. I was like, all right, I guess I'm settling for P3. But yeah, I was looking through the GT3 field, and Novetta Dan being the only person on those hards, everybody else chasing him on the mediums. I'm wondering if he did enough on the mediums to be able to hold on to that P1 spot.
Oh,
Well,
good point,
Drobo's
good
going to
point.
finish the race really strong because he's going to have a nice set of tyres compared to Verdan. He's been out for a while now, hasn't he, on those tyres?
Yeah, he has. I think he was one of our first Group 3 cars to pit.
Yeah, so I would imagine Drobo will probably be quite strong towards the end of this race, and you could potentially make up that 7-second gap to
Well, I mean, just a
Verdan.
couple minutes ago, it was a 10-second gap.
Yep.
So he's definitely closing in on that.
So I was wrong about my pit stops. Strict 9, he actually just came in for a fresh set of mediums. He came off of the hards, which I thought would have taken him to the end of the race, but hey, he's deciding to finish the race with a new set of mediums.
I'm thinking if I was going to pit this late in the race, I'd have probably gone to the softs, especially in the Group 3 car. I mean,
Maybe he could steal that fastest lap point. Is good for 5 points in the championship
Right.
standing. So
Right.
maybe he's confident he can do it with mediums.
Strychnine is a pretty talented racer. It's possible. Absolutely.
Just saw
Yeah, we saw, who was that? Ecstasy picking up his half second.
Ecstasy. Yeah, he missed his braking point there and drifted off. Easily done.
So fresh set of mediums on a half tank of fuel. Yeah, you might be right, Cousin. He might be trying to grab that fast lap. Mr. Casual caught Digital Relay at a bad time there. I think he had to brake a little harder earlier than he was anticipating. Yeah, he's definitely
Yeah, he'll be
patient.
He'll be slow. He'll be slow now. There we are.
Good patience by Mr. Casual.
Right through.
That's got to be so frustrating, though.
Yeah, yeah, it must be.
But I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. It's just the nature of the race. But man,
If you've seen the multi-class schedule for this season, this track is nowhere near the worst track when it comes to approaching Group 3 traffic.
Very true. This track's really wide, so it does help. It's shaping up. The Group C cars are still really close together for the majority of them.
Yeah, right here in the bulk.
Yeah.
It's fourth, fifth, and sixth battle that we're looking at here.
That's right. And for Vetter Dan, he's probably just looking at the delta now, thinking, can I last 12 minutes
Right.
while I see my delta dropping every lap?
I mean, that's the aspect of the race where you really gotta buckle down, head down, as they say in Formula One, and just focus on hitting your marks, getting your laps. And
Absolutely.
you know, if you do have to defend, you defend like a lion.
Yeah. And we see Truth Serum here. He's now built his lead over Saint by over 15 seconds.
Yeah, he's been showing really good pace on those hards.
Yeah.
Especially compared to Saint when he was on the medium. So
Right. I was gonna say he was keeping up with Saint on the mediums earlier. So in the first stint.
Yeah, after the pit stop, it just looks like the Truth has just checked out and said goodbye.
Right.
I'll see you in the next race.
Looking at our current P3, Jeffrey, just over 7 seconds behind Saint in P2, but he's got over a 5-second lead at the Sheldologist, so he's just kind of in no man's land, as they say.
Yeah, I tell you what, he's done well to pull away because he was part of that gaggle
Right,
of cars, and you know, he had a few incidences, but he's managed to sort of navigate his way through that, and he then disappeared up the road.
It looks like Felmora starting to put a little bit of pressure on Sheldologist, closing that delta down between those two. Ecstasy only just over a second and a half behind Felmora. And Mr. Casual.
Just got to say, Jeff Gordon has donated $19.99. Go Jeff, got to represent us.
Thank you, Jeff. Legend.
Thank you very much. Absolutely, let's give that man a like.
He has been a huge supporter of the PHG.
Thank you very much, Jeff.
Mr. Casual, honestly, for doing, he's only 5 seconds behind Ecstasy and after making 2 pit stops. So
Yeah.
And he's still got some pretty fresh tires here. He's definitely going to make those last the 10 minutes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Red stamps. Pretty good gaps between all the Group 3 cars now. After they spent the whole first half of the race bumper to bumper almost.
Together. Again, it's the the refill and the looking after the tyres all comes into play in the last, sort of like I said, 15-10 minutes left of the race. You kind of understand where you are.
Yep, Felmora definitely in the slipstream of Sheldologist now. Set his sights on that P4. If you can get by him early enough, he might be able to start closing in that gap onto Jeffrey for the podium, final podium position. He's got to get by Sheldo, who's no slouch to try and pass.
No.
So. But Sheldologist is a very respectful racer. He also understands that if he's not the fastest, he's not going to put up a huge fight.
No. And the thing is, he's not silly either, because he'll use the slip or use the person that's in front of him as like a marker.
Absolutely.
If he is struggling for pace, it might be that he lets them go by, well, not lets them go by, but not fight too hard, and then uses them to get around the track.
Sheldologist took the inside around that Group 3 car. Here we look at SC and P6. Mr. Casual still slowly closing on Ecstasy. 4.5 second gap, so he's still coming. Felmora looks like he lost a couple tenths that lap to Sheldologist. I wonder if these two work together, if they'd be able to close in on Jeffrey. I mean, 5.5 seconds in 8 minutes. That's pretty stout to try and catch him for that final position if you're trying to by yourself. Together, though, they might stand a chance. catch him on that final lap. Saint now
Could do.
16 seconds behind Truth.
Yeah, Jeffrey's tyres look terribly worse, I think. Moved too quick for me to even look. Felmora's, yeah, Sheldo's tyres look in better shape than anyone out there. Between Jeffrey and Felmora.
Jeffrey is on the mediums though. And you see Sheldo is on the hards. Belmore's on the mediums.
Yeah, but
Will do.
Moore's mediums, they've definitely seen better days.
Right? They're definitely pretty worn.
They will
It's
be
good.
near enough dead by the end of the race.
Yeah, I'd say he's probably only got about 2 more laps on that. The last couple laps he's going to need could be a struggle for him.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Casual's still closing in on STC, now under 4 seconds. Mr. Casual right now currently holding the final spot in the Group 1 cars, Group C cars. Better Dan now only has a 5.5 second gap over Drobo. Drobo is, he's closing, but
He's coming.
I don't know if those tires, even being on the mediums, I don't know if they're gonna.
I think that the time is done. I think Verdan's managed the gap well.
I think so. I think I have to agree with you, JK. Cornbread, P10, our 3rd place. 4th place will be Stamps. Digital Relay right behind him in 5th of class. And we got Amarillo Dash in 6th. And Strychnine pulling up to 7th. Satan diving around Dash there.
Some of the Group 3 cars will wish they had a lasso so they could throw it onto the back of one of those group cars
Right.
and send them down the straight.
Truth getting by Drobo. Moving on. Saint 15 and a half seconds back. Yeah, he's just not going to catch him. Jeffrey's still kind of in no man's land. But we got for P4, Sheldologist currently has it, and Philmora wants it. And SSC's wanting them both to screw up. Well, honestly, we got these 3 cars within, 2 seconds from 4th to 6th.
Yeah, he's sort of bunching up.
Yeah, after 55 minutes of racing.
Yeah, Mr. Casual, he's still there, lurking in the background. 3 seconds off of P6, so
And if these
still
guys
plenty
will
of
start
time.
fighting, yeah, if these guys will start fighting, you will see Mr. Casual just come flying through.
Got some action going into Parabolica. Looks like Amarillo Dash lets the Group C drivers go.
Well done.
STC is just at that slipstream range. But I think Felmora getting a little bit more slipstream from Sheldo is going to allow him to get away from Felmora in this draft.
Oh, they're trying to break him. Philmore's only got a couple laps left to make these moves. Mr. Casual dropping the fastest lap of the race, that last lap.
Yeah, Mr. Casual's not playing games.
Nope.
He's here to try and make up some time. I think that was a dress rehearsal. I think he'll try that next time.
I think so
round.
too. I was just gonna say, I think that was a chess move for later. Oh yeah, Mr. Casual, he can see him. He can see all 3 of these guys. He's right there.
And as soon as if they start fighting, he's going to be right there.
Yeah.
Got more lap traffic to deal with.
Getting my stamps, getting my digital. Got one more as I come into the turn.
Almost gone through. Oh, he's outbraked
Oh, Famora went
himself.
wide.
Sheldo.
He outbraked himself.
Yeah, he did.
Round 2.
Yep. Oh, with these guys, this is like round 6 or 7.
Round 2 for lap 39.
Yeah, there you go. Demora keeping the inside.
He's struggling with those tyres now, Sheldo.
Time-wise, probably 2 more laps in this race.
Mr. Casual's in the background now.
Yeah, he is.
He can smell P4.
Meanwhile, while that race is going on, we got a fairly close race for P3, 4, and 5 in the GT3 crew. Cornbread with just over a second and a half over both digital, relay, and stamps. So very close between those three with just a couple minutes left.
Yep. It's about to get intense.
Yeah, the Group 3 cars have settled into a position now, haven't they? Digital
Oh,
relay
we got
did 10 to
Casual.
be possibly
Casual
done.
going for a move on Ecstasy. Going into Parabolica. Makes it stick going into the braking zone, but
Oh, and
gets a
Ecstasy has
bit
it.
wide. A little bit late on the brakes there. Let's see.
Ecstasy looked like he got a little bit squirrely there.
Ooh. Had to go way wide to avoid that NSX.
Yeah, he wouldn't have had dirty tyres here, so he's would have missed his braking point. Trying to get that car stopped. There we are.
Yeah, yeah. Coming around for the final time. Truth, 17 and a half seconds over Saint.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, P3, Felmora, P4 with Sheldo right on his bumper.
He's gonna take
Five.
he's gonna take P4 shoulder.
He said he's
P3,
looking
so-
pretty.
P4, sorry.
You know what? Mr. Casual's right behind those two. Don't count him out yet for making that final move.
Yeah.
Truth, coming around the final turn to the finish line.
Well done. Oh no, he's
Well
got one more
done,
lap. He's
Truth.
got one more lap. He's got
Oh.
one more lap.
He does. But this will be the final lap for everybody else, though. So it's like a victory lap for Truth.
Yeah.
There we go, Saint P2. Jeffrey coming around the final turn. He'll wrap up the final position of the podium in P3. Or more, 5 seconds back. Michelle Dollar just on his bumper. P4, Shello P5, and Mr. Casual right there for P6. Ecstasy running out the Group 1 cars is P7. Here we got Better Dan leading and winning our Group 3 class. Congratulations.
Well
Drobo,
done.
7 seconds back will be P2. Coming around the final turn, the Cornbread, P3 in class. Digital Relay right on his bumper, and Stamps right on his bumper. Amarillo Dash for P6 in class, coming around the final turn.
What a race.
What a race indeed. And then Strychnine, who's already crossed, but very, very nice. And Truth taking his victory lap. Let's hope he doesn't run out of gas.
Yeah,
I guess
take
it doesn't
nice and
matter
easy
now,
there,
but-
the truth. You can roll to the end, you've won.
Very nice.
Well done,
Very
everyone.
nice, Truth.
What a spectacle.
done.
Well done to
What a
Struth. Well
race.
done, Better Dan. It was an amazing race. I like so many Group C cars having to go off road to overtake. It's quite entertaining.
Right. Let's see. Tuzum, can you read us through the final rundown here?
Sure thing. So taking P1 in the GT1 class is the Truth Serum. Taking P2 is Saint. Rounding out the podium is Jeffrey GT97. Filmora will take P4. PHG Sheldologist takes P5. Mr. Casual does manage to overtake Ecstasy to take P6, and Ecstasy will finish out that class in P7. Then we have P1 in the GT3 class with PHD Vetterdan. Taking P2 is Drobo. And rounding out the Group 3 podium, we have Cornbread. Fourth place, we have S7R Digital Relay. RTR Stamps will take P5 in class. And P6 will be PHG Amarillo Dash. And finally, we have PHG Strict 9 at the back of the line.
Outstanding. Thank you for getting us through that. What do you guys think? I thought that was a pretty the strats, and again, they all had that rubber band, all tight, spread out in the middle of the race. But by the end, all those strats seemed to be coming back together. Made some great tight finishes there. Very impressive.
Yeah, it's really entertaining. And again, it's all down. All the strats are viable. All the drivers putting in the time and the practice to figure out what's working best for them, and they all end up being near enough the same. Apart from just True Serum, it looks like he was on a different playing field today.
You're right. Yeah, I agree. He was out of there. Stuck up the show, but congrats on the win. What do you think, Tezem? How'd that race go for you?
I got the bits of chaos that I was expecting, especially towards the beginning of the race where the GT1s were lapping the GT3s. Big kudos to Casual for making that 2-stop work. Wasn't enough to challenge for the top of the podium, but made it work so he didn't finish last. I wonder if that was his plan strat or if he was trying something different. I don't know, but really good race to Vetter Dan. He controlled that race pretty much the entire way through. I think he led all but like 2 or 3 laps, and that was only because of his pit stop. So
pit cycles, right?
Really, really well done to Vetter Dan in that race.
Yeah.
Yeah, he managed the Supra really well. Sorry, the Chevy Supra.
The Chevy Supra.
The Chevy Supra. He managed that really well throughout the race, and so congrats, Vetter Dan.
Yep. All right, let's get a poll going. Let's pick our driver of the race. JK, who do you pick?
I'm gonna say Jeffrey, because he had a bit of a tough time throughout that race, and I know he didn't win. It's easy to pick the winner, isn't it?
But he fought the whole race.
He fought the whole race, and it was a tough one. And I know there was a few iffy moments there for him, but mine's Jeffrey. I quite liked his robust approach to everything. He didn't throw his toys out the pram. He just got his head down and carried on. So well done.
Right. How about you, Tezem?
I am going to give my driver of the day to Mr. Casual. Only person out of the GT1s to run a 2-stop strategy. Again, it didn't completely work out for him. I don't know if that was his expected result, but he was head down that entire race. He spent most of that race by himself, so he was really just racing against the clock and racing against that little interval that he saw on his left-hand side of the screen. So he ran a really focused race, and I would give it to Mr. Casual.
And the way he was closing on those 2 in front of him, Sheldo and Filmora, he might have been able to get another spot or 2 if he'd had one more lap, because he was closing pretty quick on everybody. My driver of the race, I'm going to go with the Truth Serum. I think he played the first half of that race brilliantly, being on the hard tires and staying in touch with Saint, and I think that is what eventually won him the race, because then the tire compound switched and he just checked out. So pretty dominant performance by Truth Serum, and so I'm going to go ahead and give him my vote. So that's what we'll do for the poll. Make sure you vote right now. We are going to take a little bit of a break between the races here. get some refreshments and whatever else we got to do. Please don't go away. Hit that like and subscribe button. We got one more race coming to you here in a few minutes. So please stay there. We'll see you in a few.
Strap in, feel the hum in your hands. This is 4D. Heat on my palms, grip locked, heart racing. Shoes hit the pedal, whole room shaking. Jersey on my back, hair pulled low and blazing. Every turn I take, got the ghosts I'm chasing. 4D in my veins, feel that fire when I play, when I move, when I break, when I bang through the lane. 4D on my skin, when I lose, when I win, I'm alive in the light of the game I'm in. 4D, 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 it's different. Yeah, that's winning. Stamped on the wheel like a crest. I don't just play, I live it. Every stitch says, get it. From the couch to the checkered, I'm the storm when I wear it. 4D in my veins. Different. It's different. Yeah. 4D racewear. Let them feel you drive. Hey, we're almost there.
Hold your line, hold your fire.
PHG in the air.
Season 4, take it higher, higher, higher.
Pit lane, open wide, tires fresh, hearts alive. Fuel up, locking tight, we'll be back in a minute's time. Grid map, clean and bright, gloves on, set for flight. Keep that spark in view, the next green flag's coming soon. Hands up, don't drift away, we're just on a short delay. Eyes up, stay with the ride, we'll hit that track on the other side.
PHG, PHG, be right back with me. PHG, PHG, keep that energy. PHG, PHG, feel that heartbeat rise. PHG, PHG, we're back in a flash tonight. Curbs cut, apex call, heat is thick and the pace won't stall. Crowd sound, wave by wave, every lap got a name to save.
Blue flags, clean pass through, fresh rubber, nothing to lose. Stay tuned, don't fade out, we're almost ready to scream it out. Hands up, don't drift away, we're just on a short delay. Eyes up, stay with the ride, we'll hit that track on the other side. PHG, PHG,
Be right back with me.
PHG, PHG,
Keep that energy.
PHG, PHG,
Feel that heartbeat rise.
PHG, PHG.
We're back in a flash tonight. Yeah. Keep it locked. You know what time it is. PHG World Series Season 4. When we return, it's full send. No chill, just wheels. tonight.
Hold that tear, keep it near. PHG is here.
We're back, we're back.
A disaster transforms your home into a place of chaos, where everything that could go wrong does. This is the world of Paul Davis Restoration, where our experts are ready, trained, and equipped to restore your home, to make things right. Paul Davis Property Restoration Experts. When things go wrong, we do what's right.
Hey, we're almost there.
Hold your line, hold your fire.
PHG in the air.
Season 4, take it higher, higher, higher.
Pit lane, open wide, tires fresh, hearts alive. Fuel up, locking tight, we'll be back in a minute's time. Grid map, clean and bright, gloves on, set for flight. Keep that spark in view, the next green flag's coming soon. Hands up, don't drift away, we're just on a short delay. Eyes up, stay with the ride, we'll hit that track on the other side.
PHG, PHG, be right back with me. PHG, PHG, keep that energy. PHG, PHG, feel that heartbeat rise. PHG, PHG, we're back in a flash tonight. Curbs cut, apex call, heat is thick and the pace won't stall. Crowd sound, wave by wave, every lap got a name to save.
Blue flags, clean pass through, fresh rubber, nothing to lose. Stay tuned, don't fade out, we're almost ready to scream it out. Hands up, don't drift away, we're just on a short delay. Eyes up, stay with the ride, we'll hit that track on the other side. PHG, PHG,
Be right back with me.
PHG, PHG,
Keep that energy.
PHG, PHG,
Feel that heartbeat rise.
PHG, PHG.
We're back in a flash tonight. Yeah. Keep it locked. You know what time it is. PHG World Series Season 4. When we return, it's full send. No chill. Just wheels.
Don't go far. Stay where you are. Drums roll, spirits climb. We're crossing back in perfect time. PHG, PHG,
Be right back with me.
PHG, PHG,
Keep that energy.
PHG, PHG,
Feel that heartbeat rise.
PHG, PHG.
We're back in a flash tonight.
Hold that tear, keep it near. PHG is here.
We're back. We're back.
Welcome back, everybody. We have, I
Hey.
think we mostly recovered from our first race. How about you guys? You
Think so.
guys ready for race 2?
Always ready, but yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. Again, I'm wondering what the strats are going to be. 'Cause we've seen different strats now in every race.
Right, right. How about you, Tuzum?
Yep, I'm ready to see what these guys got in store. I want to see. I want to see more cat. I want to see everything. Everything. I don't even know what everything entails, but I just want to see it all.
See it
Going
all.
backwards into turn one while like hitting every car like Skittles. Is that what you're talking about?
All right, maybe not everything, but everything you would expect
There
in
you
a
go.
clean lobby. Maybe in a dirty lobby, but
Yeah,
All
yeah. So
right.
not a
And
daily race then.
right,
yeah.
right.
All right. Looking at our poll here in chat, looks like Vetter Dan is the winner for driver of the race with 47% of the votes. Congratulations, Dan. Well done.
Congrats.
Well done. All right. So let's see. I guess now I just kind of want to remind everybody who our sponsors are for the PHG World Series this season. JK Tuzum, if you could read us through these, I would sure appreciate that.
Will do. So SimNet Racing is focused on delivering high quality, affordable sim racing hardware, highlighted by their SP Pro Load Cell pedal set, designed to provide precise braking feel, consistency, and improved control for competitive drivers. Built by sim racers for sim racers, their products strike the perfect balance between performance and accessibility.
Next up, we have Paul Davis Restoration. With decades of experience in residential and commercial restoration, Paul Davis Restoration is a trusted leader in emergency services, water and fire damage restoration, mold remediation, reconstruction, and large loss recovery. Their commitment to professionalism, rapid response, and customer care has made them a respected name across the industry.
And for 4D Racewear, they're the makers of the ultimate sim racing shoes and custom apparel designed for sim racers by sim racers. 4D sim racing shoes are custom engineered to connect racers to the pedals in a way no other racing shoe can, and still provide all the comfort needed for those double and triple stints you are out there. Visit 4dracewear.com and check out the original racing gloves for your feet.
And finally, we have MZW Sim Hardware. MZW delivers high quality sim racing gear, including custom GT style wheel replicas and premium accessories built for performance, precision, and immersion, especially within the Fanatec ecosystem.
Thank you, guys. And thank you to all our sponsors for your support. PHG World Series greatly appreciates every single one of our sponsors. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Now, let's kind of remind everybody what we're looking at for this race. This is Split 4, Season 4, Round 2. We are looking at a 60-minute endurance race. We are at Monza with no chicane, so don't really pay attention to the graphic you see there. No chicane there for turn 1. Our tire wear is set at 5 times. Racing hard tires are required. However, the racing mediums and racing softs are usable. Fuel consumption is set at 2 with a 3 liter per second refuel rate. And the cars we'll see on track will have multi-class racing. So we got the GT1 Group C Legend cars and the GT3 Legends all on track at the same time. I can't wait to get this thing started. All right.
Yeah, it's exciting.
If JK, if you could read us through the Split 4 starters here.
Sure. So we've got GT1, we'll start there. You've got It's Just Carl. And then up next is Fernando Button. And then you've got Skellington, Amarillo Dash. Oh, hang on a minute. These Vetterdam was in the last race. I don't think these are correct. Is he?
Correct. So if you see the X's there, they are just kind of being filled in. They won't be receiving any points for this race.
Forgive me. Okay, so that's good to explain. I'm glad you know that, not me. And you've got Armadillo Dash, Vetterdan, you've got Midnight, and then Slow K 67 in the GT1 class, and then GT3 class you've got Metal, Freedom Dorito, Dirt McGirt, BK2 Johnny Boy, Beavis, C-Dubs, and Raider.
Awesome. Thank you for that. All right, guys, we've seen the track, seen the race. Let's go ahead and head to the grid and see if we can't get this thing started. And let's hope for that chaos Tuzum wants, right? Okay, let's not hope for the chaos, but let's look for it. How's that?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
fair.
We wish no misfortune to any drivers today.
Exactly. Right.
Just half chaos that no one gets hurt.
Yeah. And while we're waiting for this race to start, I do want to give a quick announcement and condolences to the family of Kyle Busch, NASCAR driver who lost his life a couple weeks ago due to some illness. Did pass away at the age of 41. Not a huge personal fan of Kyle Busch, but you got to respect the way that guy can drive. All right, here we go. We've got It's Just Carl sitting on pole, and we're underway. Oh, missed a shift? What do we got going here? Maybe they jumped a little early?
No, I think there was missed shift there.
Yeah, that's what it looked like, was a missed shift. A couple different cars. So we got Jack Skellington out in the lead. We got Fernando looking on his inside. Oh, somebody went off into the dirt there. Not sure who that was. It looked like it might have been our P7, Mr. Slow K. Ouch. Let's take a quick look, see what happened here. Oh, yep. Just got into the back, missed his turn.
Yeah.
And he got front end damage too. All right, here we go.
It's a recovery drive now.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we're looking at Metal, who is our current leader of the Group 3 cars. Love the livery there, Metal. Johnny Boy pushing hard, pushing on his bumper. Looking at this replay as they were heading into the first chicane here, side by side. Nicely done. Pretty clean through all that. Coming down the backstretch there. Very nice. Very nice. Nice pass, Johnny. Oh, Metal. A little late on the brakes. He's going to lose a spot here to Freedom Dorito. And Raider. Yeah, if you can see if Raider can take advantage, you can try and get 2 for 1 here. Going up the middle. C-Dubs gets to watch the show. Where does he go? Because he's, oh my lord, here comes Mr.
Slow K's coming through.
Making a 4 wide for the pass. C-Dubs pushing Raider up through the middle.
I was going to say, yeah, he just pushed Raider straight through the middle there.
That was a really, really smart move because he had nowhere else to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just punt you through the middle and I'll follow you through.
Right. All right, here we got Midnight up in the lead. Him and Fedderdan both got by Jack for the lead, so Jack's falling back to P3. Still right there. And Fernando, still right there too.
Level deliveries on here.
So it looks like we got Midnight's on Racing Hards. Better Dan is on Racing Hards. Jack is on Racing Hards. Freedom Racing Hards. So the top 4 cars are all on Racing Hards. Carl, he's on hard tires, and so is Amarillo Dash. And Slow K is...
Everyone's... Oh, there's Johnny Boy's on the soft?
In the Group 3 cars, yeah. Interesting.
That's fair. Yeah, I think he's the only one that's done that throughout the whole weekend, right?
Actually, Beavis is also on the Racing Softs.
Oh, he sure is.
There is one other thing that I want to point out. This is the first appearance of the Porsche 962. Both Skellington and Fernando Button are in the Porsche. So I'll be interested to see how their tire wear and fuel usage compares to the Nissan and the Mazda.
Really like the Porsche.
Just got word from production that there was a Porsche in Split 3. I was not aware of that. Oh, we got a little bit of a bump. Vetterdan gave Midnight a nudge going into Ascari.
That's going to allow Jack and Fernando right back into it. Oh, yep. I couldn't tell who was early on the brakes, or maybe Vetterdan was a little late.
I think Vetterdan might have been a little bit late there.
But Vetterdan is now feeling the pressure from the two Porsches that Cousin was just talking about right behind him.
I love the Porsche. If I was to race this, I'd probably pick the Porsche just for whether it was a good car or not. Just because I love it.
I gotta say, it does look like the Porsches struggle on the straights a little bit.
It's quite slow, isn't it?
On the outside, Nando backed out of it, let Jack have the spot. Going into the chicane, probably a wise decision. Just trying to go too wide through there. Yeah, Jack, he wasn't able to close in on Dan, even in the slipstream.
Yeah, and he was going to get past.
Yeah. So still got the top four, nose to tail right here, though, in the GT1 class. And we know Johnny Boy back there on the grid in P8, but first in class, being on the softs, he should be able to pull quite a bit of a distance. Slow K got by Amarillo Dash.
I'm actually watching that GT3 battle right now, and PHG Raider is within a second of Johnny Boy, so he's not pulling away currently, and he's getting some significant wear on those tires already.
Yeah, Raider being on the racing medium, kind of like we watched last race. The Truth Serum being on the inferior tire to start, but as long as he can stay in that slip, it's only going to benefit him, I think, in the second half of the race, once pit cycles start happening.
Yeah, those softs are not going to last very long at all.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, but even when I compare his tires to Beavis's, who's also on the softs, Johnny Boy's tires are noticeably more worn. Beavis is still experiencing some significant tire wear, but currently it's Johnny Boy with the worst tires.
Getting them tires hot. Looks like Skellington's had a slight issue. He's dropped back quite a bit.
Yeah, he has. He was He was our P3 runner.
He was, yeah. Porsche gave up. Switched off.
We got Johnny Boy and Raider going side by side going into turn one, but Johnny Boy's not turn two, but Johnny Boy's gonna just barely eke out first in class for right now.
Yeah, I think Johnny's in trouble.
Yeah, at some point those softs are going to be slower than those mediums, and I think we're seeing it now. So
yeah, I think
he's
so.
probably
Right.
Lighting those tires up. Yeah, I think we'll probably see him coming very soon.
Yeah, again, his tire wear, he's just about hit that 50% mark. So yeah, and Raider, his mediums, he's barely used them.
Yeah, and we're only 8 minutes into the race, so
yeah,
gotta take them off.
Yeah, I know these guys had a little bit of time to practice before the race started in the lobby, but I kind of wonder if the two soft runners, maybe could they have forgotten to change tires before the start of the race?
Maybe, and they're just managing that back now.
I mean, heaven knows I've done it multiple times.
But then I suppose if it was me, I would just do a two-stop with two hards potentially, and just come off those tires really quickly, because they don't last long and they're not very quick.
No, it looks like Raider's going to be pushing him. Nope. As he jumps to the outside.
He gave him one push, and that was it. That's what you get. Last of the late breakers, who's going to do it? Yeah, he's just conformed to go back into line.
Yep. Looks like Johnny's gonna
wait for another day.
Yep, exactly. Beavis third in class right here behind these guys, watching it all unfold. Yeah, I think Johnny, he's only got 2, maybe 3 laps left on these tires. And he's gonna have to come in.
But the way Raiders' car's looking, it looks like the medium tires are already faster than the worn softs.
Yeah.
You know, there could be multiple reasons why that looks like that. You know, Johnny Boy might be managing fuel more, so we don't really know. But on the sheer face of it, it looks like those tires aren't much quicker now than the mediums, if at all.
I will say this, when it comes to the worn tires on this track specifically, it's not really that much of a tire dependent circuit, so even with significantly worn tires, you can still put together some pretty competitive laps.
I think we're going to see a pass for the lead change here.
I think so.
Raider.
I think Raiders had enough. He's had enough now. He wants to just go.
Johnny pulling in behind him, maybe looking for a slingshot at the last moment.
Just about to say, Johnny's in a good place now to almost duck it up the inside here. Oh, there we go.
Late break.
Wow,
oh
what
my
a move,
lord,
Johnny.
what a move.
That was very well executed.
Good job, Johnny.
Yeah, you couldn't have done that any better.
Yeah. On a set of very worn softs.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think he was stopping.
No, even did I. I was like, oh, what's going to happen here? Take a look at this again. You'll see, I'll line this up. I reckon he was in 2 minds whether he's going to do it or not. And then he was like, sod it, I'm going for it.
Ooh.
He done incredibly well to get that stopped.
No kidding. Well done.
He was using air brake, wings, hands out the window, feet on the floor, everything to get that thing stopped.
A little bump right there. But on they go. Looks like Raider has gotten by Johnny. Coming down our back stretch here into the final turn. And I'm probably going to set sail from this point. Really depends on how well Johnny can hold on to Raiders' slipstream. Better Dan, in a position he's been pretty familiar with all day today, running our last race, winning the Group 3 car. Now he's out front in his Group 1 car. But a second and a half ahead of midnight. We could start lapping these Group 3 cars. God, that speed difference is just crazy.
It's crazy, yeah, it is. I didn't know Corvettes did Group 1 cars. Trying to judge that speed difference when you're in a Group 3 car, watching them coming from behind, must be crazy. Because 1 minute they're really far behind, the next minute they're flying past you.
Right. Jack Amarillo. Back to a Group 3.
So Raiders got past Johnny
one.
Boy now. Yep, still going on though. I'm surprised Johnny stayed out on those softs.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's not going to be able to hold on. Maybe one more lap. Looks like Johnny's looking to the outside. Yeah, he's not be able to turn as well as Raider now anymore.
No. Yeah, and going on the outside of that corner, you're always going to lose out because you just get pushed out. You always just get pushed out wide.
Here we go, looking from the bumper at a GT1.
Just look at it.
Yeah. Oh.
There you go. You'll see Better Dan disappear now. As soon as he can open up that wheel, there we go. He's gone.
It looks like Johnny's going to stay on one more lap.
He must really like worn soft tires.
Really? No kidding.
Yeah, I would say this is like the absolute limit of tire wear on this track. In most other circuits, you probably want to have pitted like a lap ago, but around here, as long as you can get the power down without spinning the rears, he might still be all right.
Yeah.
Oh, slow K. You know, even though that spin at the beginning, he is back up to P4. This guy's flying. Caught these two.
Oh, slow.
In bad position, but
Slow K is a really fast driver. I've done a few. He's been in a few races with me, and yeah, he's no slow coach. He's a really fast driver. So yeah, even when he crashed, I thought he'll come back. He'll come back at this. He's a consistent driver too.
I mean, yeah, really. He's only 7.3 seconds behind Vetterdan.
Yeah, he's an
spin,
incredible driver.
Crash. That's impressive.
Yeah, he's a really good driver.
And if I saw that right, he's on the racing hard tires and still closing on everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I've competed with him in a couple of championships, and yeah, he's very quick.
Yeah, he's proving your point right now. All right, Johnny, what are we going to do here? Still see some white. You going to stay out, or are we coming in? He's coming in. He's holding that inside. All right. Oh, and Beavis right behind him. The two soft drivers. Vetterdan with the 1.3 second lead over Midnight currently. We're watching the Delta. And that's actually closing in pretty quick too. Midnight's only gained about 2-3 seconds through that chicane right there. Just Carl holding steady in P5. Go Raider. He's now got a 7-second lead over PHG C-Dubs. Now that Johnny is no longer around.
Yeah, again, this is where we expect all the drivers to start wanting to put laps together and start thinking about when's the best time to come in.
Right.
This is going to be interesting. C-Dubs and Mel, these two drivers.
Freedom Dorito behind just picked up a 1 second penalty.
C-Dubs holding that inside line, which, like you said, when it comes to passing, it's probably the preferred line going into that.
Absolutely. Yeah, like I said, every time you go, if you go on the outside of that, you're going to lose. You're either just going to be shown the outside line and shown the curb, or you're just not fast enough. And you're almost better just tucking in behind the car, following through those S's, and then just doing them on down the straight.
So what do you think, Tazim? If you're P2, P3 in class there, do you work together and try and close that gap back in on Raider before pit start?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Raider, he showed that he's got a lot of pace in this race so far. So I wouldn't want to try and fight with, you know, the person that I'm around. So yeah, I'd probably be focusing on working together, especially since Raider doesn't have any slip right now. So them two working together, they could, you know, potentially claw back some of that lead. One thing I do want to mention, Beavis and Johnny, when they came out of the pits, Beavis is on hards, but Johnny went on to another set of softs.
Interesting.
It's very
That's a new strat. That's a new strat we haven't seen all weekend.
Definitely new strat.
I wonder what his game plan is going to be, because those, I mean, he did all right on the softs, but they just don't last long. He's going to have to, if he continues running softs, I'm not sure how many softs he's going to run today, but well, I hope he knows that he does also have to run the hards, but yeah, I'm going to keep a close eye on Johnny Boy, because I really am intrigued with what his strategy is going to be throughout this race.
Fair enough. I mean, that would almost have to be your strat. About the halfway point, run these softs down to where he did first stint, put hards on to the end of the race. Because if you
Yeah,
hit a third time, I mean,
there's too much time to there's way
Right.
too much time. And I don't think you'd need to, because the hard, you have to put on hard. 2 stints with the soft surely must see you through to the end.
Slow K is flying. He's now just over 5 seconds behind Vetterdan in the lead. Sitting in
Yeah,
P4.
he would have been disappointed with his start, because he probably could have scored. He'd be right near the top here.
He's driving with the red mist right now.
Nice. Yeah, you just watch that delta come down.
Yeah, I mean, his lap times look consistent. I know we can't see his last few laps, but if you look at his fastest lap, the 29.1,
Yeah.
the last lap he done was a 29.3, so remember he's just put all in the purple there.
Showing good patience there.
Yeah,
Instead of just hammering down and getting to Fernando's right side. Just
yeah,
stay
that's
behind
it.
him.
And he knows he's faster here, so he'll probably start short shifting a little bit, save a little bit of fuel. Everything helps. And then wait for the straight and then blow past.
Yeah, we've seen that 787 using a lot more fuel than the Nissan. Fuel is close to similar to Fernando in the Porsche. But what was it? Vetterdan in that R92 is doing much better with his fuel.
And and that's a benefit of being up front. You can run your own race. All
That's
you're
right.
doing is just maintaining a gap instead of trying to close a gap. So you don't have to push as hard. And Midnight being, only 1.3 seconds behind him, Dan just really has to just watch that delta. Yeah, Dan, I think if Slow K can close in on Dan, you might see Dan pushing a little more. Using a little bit more of that fuel to try and maintain the lead. But
We're in the throttle there. Whoa, there we go. Trying to fight the car.
Fernando going a little defensive there against Slow K as they were coming into this right-hander.
Yeah, Slow K's been held up here now, trying to get past
Yeah.
Fernando.
I think he might have a good run going into Ascari.
Yeah, if he can get the inside line, it'd be okay. No, couldn't
Being
quite do
patient.
it.
Great racecraft we're watching here from Slow K.
Whoa,
I mean, and Fernando's no slouch to try and pass either, so
absolutely not.
Fernando's will not just pull over and let him by.
Yeah, this is a good showcase, even if you have got pace. It's hard to pass.
Yeah.
And the other thing as well, I don't know what's happening. Slow K might be thinking, I'll sit behind the car and short shift for a while because I burnt a load of fuel trying to catch up again. So all sorts of things playing along at the moment, so we don't know.
Playing a long game. Yep.
He's definitely not short shifting. He was revving that thing up to almost 10,000 RPM before shifting in the fed.
Funny you should say that, because as I said that, I looked down, I was like, no, he's still revving that.
I didn't look at the power curve for the 787, but based off of how everyone's driving it and the fuel consumption, I'm guessing that it makes peak power towards the top of the RPM range.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a moment while we're watching and listening to these rotary engines? Let's take a moment and we have a new, if you haven't been here the last couple of weeks, we have a new addition to our broadcast.
New feature.
New feature. There you go. Let's call it, or what we're calling it is crank it up. There you go. You gotta love the sound of that rotary engine. You just have to.
It just sings.
It's, yeah, really loudly. But
I
yeah.
can accept it in spurts. I can't imagine how the drivers are dealing with that thing screaming at you for an entire hour.
All right, good point. Good point.
I was at a car show a few years ago and they had one, and in real life it's deafening.
Yeah. Well, while we were doing that, we did see Slow K got by P4. I can't remember who it was. No. Fernando. Thank you. So he's on his march still towards the front. He only had about a second gap to midnight in P2. And he was already under the 5-second range to Vetter Dan, who is our current leader. We're looking at.
Yeah, he did lose a little bit of time in that battle with Button. It wasn't too bad though, and I mean he's shown that he's got significant pace compared to the other GT1 drivers, so I anticipate he's going to get right back on that horse and start reeling in that gap. It's already at 1.6 seconds now, so he's back on his charge.
And we see C-Dubs is now the current leader in Group 3, so Raider must have took his pit, got off those racing mediums. C-Dubs is just kind of rolling along now. Yep, definitely got the fresh tires and full tank of fuel. So Raiders probably in.
I was going to say he's in for the end of the race now, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. You may still have to do a little bit of keeping an eye on his tire wear and fuel, but I mean, he's, for the most part, he's right at the halfway point, so. Yeah, we can see Slow K is definitely closing in on midnight P2.
I tell you what, he's bringing Fernando Button with him.
He is. Fernando's been able to hold on to him. It's a good point.
Now, since all the Group C drivers, they're all on hard tires, I wonder which ones are going to go slightly longer and maybe attempt a medium stint for their second stint, or is everyone going to stick with the double hard stint like we've seen in previous races?
Yeah, it looks like the double hard stint seems to be the winning formula so far.
Yeah, I agree. I would agree with you guys. I think the one-stop double hards stints is definitely the way to go. Now, I don't know if Dan was listening to us, but he has pulled about another second over midnight to Slow K here. He might have just decided to pick his pace up a little bit too.
All while nursing a rear left tyre that's about to give up.
Yeah, yeah.
Slow K's within slip now. We'll start seeing that tyre really dip. It's probably coming at a good time actually, because by the time he's really able to race with him, he's probably going to come in for new tyres.
Yeah. Yeah, good point.
And so, you never know, he might underfit his car just to get past.
And once you get, we now see Fernando's. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Went into the inside.
Yeah, Midnight touched the dirt on the previous corner.
Yep, went a little wide.
And when you get dirty tires in these
there,
Group C cars, it's so significantly worse. You see him struggling to get the car slowed down, couldn't turn in, and almost loses it. But
He's done well not to completely crash there.
All right, so we got Midnight back to P3. Fernando, who is, with that slips, now cut his gap to P3 in half, so he's under 2 seconds. And then you see, over a 10-second gap back to Carl, who's got, another 11 seconds back to Jack Skellington at P6. Carl's just out here in no man's land.
Midnight and Fernando both coming in for their pits.
Fuel difference between the two of them. Midnight 29 litres and Carl, had Fernando Button at 22 litres.
Gotcha. Yeah, Fernando and Midnight are in for their pits. I assume they're going to be coming out on their another stint of hards. Amarillo Dash must have been having some issues because he is quite a ways back even from P6. And it doesn't look like he's made a pit yet either, so he must have run into some issue somewhere at some point. Slow K. Now, look at that. Dan, he's pulled over a 7-second lead on Slow K now.
Yeah. Better Dan's picked up pace.
Yeah. Good. Johnny's back in the pits for his second stop. Let's see where he comes out. C-Dubs is in the pits. Getting off those hard tires.
We got Better Dan coming in for his pit stop. Slow K is also coming in.
Yeah, Dan, look at that fuel difference. Dan definitely saved quite a bit more fuel than Slow K.
Yeah, lots more fuel. Better Dan's going to come out absolutely flying ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just more work for Slow K to do to reel that leader in.
That's right.
Now, Midnight was running P3 at the time of his pit. So let's see where he comes out at here. He has gotten back in front of Slow K. Looks like about just over 7 seconds to our leader, Dan. Now Slow K is now 11 seconds behind Dan. It's a definite gain for Better Dan there in the pits.
Yeah, he's managing the race so far out the front really well.
And looks like Carl, right before those pits, we were saying how he was like 10 seconds behind Fernando. He's now only a second and a half after the pit cycle. So he must have done some pretty good fuel saving, or didn't quite get as much fuel as Fernando, but that's a huge gain for Carl.
Yeah, massive.
So looking at the GT3 class, looks like they've all completed their first round of pit stops. Raider is currently in the lead. Looks like he is good to go for the rest of the race. He's being trailed by Beavis, who looks like he does have one more pit stop to make. And Johnny Boy, after his double soft stint, he's currently on the set of hards. Looks like he's good to go to the finish. He's currently in P4, so he's definitely making that double soft work.
C-Dubs, if I recall, wasn't he in P2 before the pits?
He was, yeah.
I think he was, yeah. So he must took a significant amount of fuel.
Yeah, he's fueled to the end. He's probably that's him now for the rest of the race.
Yeah.
Beavis doesn't have enough fuel for the remainder of the race unless he does some extreme, unheard of fuel saving. He's at half a tank right now, whereas everybody else is at about 3/4. So, yeah, I do expect to see Beavis coming in.
Turn the car off on the corners and turn it back on again.
Right, right. Better Day and our leader coming up another lap, putting Johnny Boy another lap down, who is serving a half-second pin.
Midnight has closed the gap to Vetter Dan. Oh wait, no, he was 7 seconds behind, but he did close the gap. He's a second closer now. And Slow K, he's gained about 2.5 seconds to the leader. So, yeah, Vetter Dan, he's gonna find a little bit of pace. Because drivers behind, they found their rhythm and they're starting to reel them in.
It's gonna make for a pretty exciting last few minutes, I think.
Wow, look at that for a time. 28.8 fastest man on track so far.
Yeah.
Good to do an onboard lap with Slow K, he's moving fast. You can see how smooth he is with the inputs on the wheel.
That was a beautiful turn, yeah.
Look how smooth the inputs on this, just everything, accelerator, wheel.
And when I grow up, I want to drive like that. I'm still old school. Full throttle, full brake, back to full throttle. There's no smoothness.
So driving with the X and circle buttons. Or X and square.
X and square, yep.
He is manhandling this car.
He is.
You can see on the rev limit, look at that, 9,500 revs nearly that thing goes up to.
You can see what his top speed is by the time he gets to the chicane. 160, 180, 90. Oh, he's going to catch a little bit of a slip. 200.
202 I saw there.
202 around a freaking turn.
203.
Nice.
Just tagged 203 miles an hour.
Here comes Carl running in P5. He's got Amarillo Dash. Oh, just pitted. He is no longer on his bumper. Jack Skellington with his off-sequence strat. Pitting twice, 2 first stints on the softs, and is now on the racing hards. Probably good to go for the remainder of the race. C-Dubs picking up 1 second in. Man. And you were saying that earlier, JK. It's rare that you get a half-second pin. It's always a full second.
Yeah, this track is brutal with the penalties. It's like normally, like I said, it's a second or more. It's very rare that you get the half, and it's like with all penalty lines that it messes everything up, and it's brutal. It's on the straight, and everyone's going at full pace at that point, and then you have to slow down.
He's trying to hold on to that gap to Raider. Still has it under a second and a half, just over a second. The lead of the class. So.
Where the cars look when the lights are on at this sort of level of light, love it. Then you start seeing the exhaust flames and stuff like that.
Right.
It just looks so good.
There you go, right there.
It's the best time to race. Oh, Venus. Got a bit like that.
that little slip definitely cost him a couple tenths. They're starting to get a little bit more of a gap. Probably pulled out of the slipstream range for Beavis. Better Dan is under a 5-second lead now to Midnight. You see right there in the background, those headlights glaring in Dan's rear view mirror.
Slow K is still slowly but surely reeling in the top two drivers. Just over 7 seconds behind the leader. 2 seconds behind Midnight. Sets another purple lap with a 28.809.
Oof.
Compare that to Midnight's last lap was a 28.825. And Vetter Dan's last lap was a 29.565.
So what do you
Oh,
think?
Vetter Dan goes a bit deep going into the first chicane. It's going to cost him a little bit.
Take a look here.
See where his braking spot is. Yeah, he went quite a bit past 200.
Yeah.
200 on the hards is about where I would slow down, so. Yeah, a bit of a costly mistake. Oh, but we got Slow K right behind Midnight.
Wow, he closed that 2 seconds fast, didn't he?
He really did. They'll line him up now for a pass here, I'd imagine. Although that Porsche gets out of here really well. Oh.
Well done, keep control. Tires are probably just a little dirty after that.
Yeah, he needs to be careful on this corner.
Mm-hmm.
There he goes. He's done well to keep hold of that.
Hold on. It just didn't want to turn for him there.
It really didn't. You hear the tyres squealing away. The tyres looking up and going, really? You want to turn now?
He's in the slip though. He's gonna set this up going in the chicane. Here you go.
Yeah.
Midnight gate.
Oof.
Oh my lord. Oh, I thought he had that pass made. He must have backed
Yes.
out.
So did I. Good night, God. This is all helping
Dan.
Better Dan.
Yeah. Looks good.
That Porsche is really good coming out of the slower corners. Oh, he's taken that wrong.
Oh no.
Yeah, he wasn't far enough over to the right. Not sure what he was thinking about there.
Mirror driving.
Look at his car. Yeah, it was mirror driving. Look how far over. He wasn't far enough over.
Yeah.
He was too worried about what Slow K was doing.
Yep.
And that, guys, is an example of, just being behind the car, you can put them off and get past them that way. You don't have to lunge.
Yep.
Every time.
Yep, I do plenty of mirror driving. I know exactly how that happened. Racing with the PHG community a lot. You got people like Raider and Shaggy and C-Dubs and Jorge. Man, when they come flying up behind you, that's all you're doing. It's like, where are they going?
Yeah.
How can I get out the way? Beavis still holding on, man. Gotta give it to him. I mean, he's just over 2 seconds. And we saw the pace Raider had earlier. Beavis
Still
coming
there.
in.
I'm looking forward to where Johnny ends up after all the shuffling with the pits with his abnormal strategy.
Right.
He should come out. Well, he should be able to overtake Beavis while he's in the pits. So that will put him up in the P3 in his class.
That's impressive. Somebody did their testing and practices, come up with that strat. Beavis is coming out. currently. We're still holding that 5, but just over 5.5
Slow K's
seconds.
dropped it down a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah,
If I remember right, that was about 7, right? About 7-second
yeah,
gap.
it's about 7 seconds, and then by the time he overtook Midnight, it was about 6.5. So he's taken about 8/10 out of him.
So do we assume Dan was, being in the lead, was just kind of maintaining again, taking care of his tires and watching his fuel?
Yeah, and he could still be
Waiting
doing
for
it now
okay.
because I mean 5 seconds is a long time. I would imagine Better Dan is still driving well within his limit,
Mm-hmm.
and he's probably going to wait for that delta to if it drops down to like maybe 3 seconds, start pushing a little harder.
I will say the one concern that I have, Slow K being in the 787, and that car having more fuel consumption than the Nissan, he's got a little bit less fuel on board compared to Better Dan. So I don't know if Slow K is under fuel or if Better Dan is over fuel. I'm not sure, but to see him having less fuel on board compared to P1, that might be a little bit worrisome.
Yeah, at the end, But we did see a couple cars run out of fuel yesterday, so they're definitely pushing those fuel limits.
Yeah, Better Dan's just moved that back up to 6 seconds. So he's either listening to us or
Probably.
he wants to maintain that gap at around the 6 second mark.
Fernando with a half a second pin.
Yeah.
That's definitely going to let Carl close back in on him a little
Yeah.
once he serves that pin. Carl's hanging right in there.
He's definitely going to be there.
And Jack, I mean, even with the 2 pits, he's in P6.
So I want to update you guys on our GT3 leader. I just looked at his tires, and they are not in great condition compared to the drivers behind. So
They're not.
I don't know if he's going to try to push for another. We got 13 minutes left, or if he's going to have to come in to make another pit stop. Now, if he comes in just for tires, he'll still be in contention for the win because he might be able to stay ahead of C-Dubs, or if not, he'll be close. And if he does need to come in, he can put on a set of softs, and that'll last him depending on how long he stays out on these hards. But this race isn't over for the GT3 guys.
Look, they're still so close here. We got Johnny Boy in P10, Freedom Dorito P11. I mean, that's 3. This is for podium in the Group 3 class right here. Johnny Boy currently. Okay, nope, Freedom Dorito now has it.
Go back to Johnny Boy in a second.
Is he gonna try it? He's looking back to the inside. Freedom.
He's done it before. Yeah, Freedom. Good defense there.
Yep. Too wide.
Oh, contact.
Little contact coming out. I mean, but really, you know they're pushing. There's only under 12 minutes left in the race. You know they're pushing.
Yeah.
They got to try and get everything they can now.
Oh,
Especially
Davis is
when it's
behind
as well.
the softs. That's gonna get really juicy now.
Yeah, 11 and a half minutes. I mean, you're looking at, 5-6 more laps on those softs. They're going to be worn by the end, so he's going to have to definitely get everything he can now. He's got to get by these 2 rapidly. There goes one.
I think he heard you.
Definitely use those soft shoes advantage right there on that drive out. And he's in the slip to Freedom Dorito. We should be able to catch him by the first chicane, halfway down this front straight at least. Yeah, look at that drive out. So much more acceleration.
Yeah. He's really going.
Now, did he make the move too early? I probably would have given Freedom Dorito like a bump draft or 2 because now, now he might be under threat from being passed back.
I think Beavis will be able to break a little bit later than Dorito.
You know, and I've done a lot
Just
of
being
racing with Freedom. I say normally he would have been a little bit more patient, but Johnny's like, oh no patience. We're going.
Yeah, just keep going.
Watch this right through the middle, lining it up right here. Four wide.
He's just get a car blow past him.
What a thrill for a Group 1 driver to pass cars like that.
Yeah.
It's so scary.
I bet.
Here we go. This was close. This was super close. Jesus.
Yeah. That could have just wiped all three of them out right there.
Yeah, he could have done.
Well done handling all three of them. Good driving. Better Dan. Now under
4.5
5
seconds nearly now. Yeah.
It's okay. Still slowly pulling him in. He's got just under 10 minutes. 9.5 minutes to go in the race. So, I mean, he's got to gain half a second a lap.
Yeah.
Raider got a nice, comfortable lead still. The P1 in the Group 3 car. C-Dubs. Kind of no man's land. Beavis.
Johnny Boy is back in the pits.
Interesting.
He's coming out on a set of softs. Now, one thing I didn't think about this until just now, but the GT3 drivers, they have no idea what the fastest lap is because it won't be displayed. So no one knows who has the fastest lap until the end of the race. So I'm wondering if Johnny Boy is going for that fastest lap. I couldn't even tell you who has the fastest lap for the GT3s right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, like said last race, I mean, it's 5 points for the fastest lap. So,
It's a good amount of points.
yeah, it is. It really is.
This being Johnny Boy's third set of softs, I think he's used more softs than we've seen from all other drivers combined.
See, Beavis, he's not really closing on C-Dubs on his softs. He's hit that, half-worn left side tires. His softs might be giving up. Freedom Dorito can stay right there. He might be able to get that position back.
Yeah, he might be under threat in the next couple of laps.
Freedom Dorito, there's no pressure from behind. You got almost 17 seconds on P5.
Just a quick update on the GT1 leaders. Slow K has dropped the gap to about 4.1 seconds, but he's not making the same inroads as he was towards the beginning of the stint. He's gaining about maybe a tenth or two per lap.
And looking at Slow K's time, it's not like he slowed down. Dan must have just picked up the pace a little bit. I mean, he just set another Slow K, just set another fast lap, 28.6. So I think Dan just maybe picked it up, pushed a little more, or he's pushing a little more just to help maintain that gap. So we're right at 4 seconds now.
Yeah, if he can keep that pace for a few more laps, then he'll be able to easily walk away with this win. As long as he can just keep it on track. Oh, and Raiders coming in. So he will have to make another pit stop. So that will bring him with, is it C-Dub still in P2? Yeah.
Yeah, C-Dub's still P2.
C-Dub's coming out of Parabolica. He will comfortably be in the lead after that pit stop.
I would assume Raider comes out on the softs, and he does. Now it's just a matter to see where the time comes out. C-Dubs overtakes him. Now C-Dubs is going to have to go super defensive in these last 5.5 minutes if he wants to maintain this lead. don't know how that's going to work for him, but
He's got 5 minutes to make up about 2 seconds, and he's got the far superior tyre.
Yeah, C-Dub's tires, he's at about 55% wear on that left front, so yeah, Raider has a massive tire advantage at this point.
yeah. You saw it right there coming out of the chicane, through the chicane. I mean, Raider's already right on his bumper.
He's right on him.
Yeah.
Blink and you missed it.
Yep.
So I know I did.
Yeah, Raider should be able to make the pass coming out of the chicane here.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to even be aggressive on it. He just has
No.
to pick his right moment.
Let's see if he goes for it now. C-Dub's going slightly defensive, but Raider's just going to sneak on the inside. Yep, using that superior grip to take him on the inside, exiting Parabolica. Now, it's not over because C-Dubs will have the slip for the next 20 seconds going down Monza start-finish straight.
Gonna take it right to him. Not even gonna wait.
Yeah. See, if I was Raider, I would have waited for this corner. I would have just tailed him all the way down.
Especially with Raider having the inside, he'll definitely pull away coming through this turn on those better tires. Yeah, he can just... He didn't pull away as much as I thought he was going to, though.
Here we are. I think that's it now. I don't think Seabuzz will be able to keep up with Raider through this part of the track with the corners.
Yeah, I think that's the most of a fight he could have put up in that situation.
Yeah.
He probably knows that as well.
Is that Vetter getting stuck behind the Group 3 cars?
No, that was
That
Dash P7. Now Dan, slow K, he's down under 3.5 seconds. He's got, what, 2 laps left to go? Maybe 3.
Yeah, those last couple of laps, actually the last lap, Vetterdan was actually the faster of the two, going about 1/10.5 faster. But Sloke going purple in that second sector.
Look at the consistency, 29, 29, 29, 29,
Right.
29, 28, 28,
I'm jealous.
29.
Midnight, I mean, solid P3. He's had a great race all the race. Consistently up towards the front. Fernando, impressive top 5 for him. He's still got Carl behind him by only a couple seconds, so his race isn't quite over.
Not yet.
And Jack Skellington is over half a minute behind Carl here in P5. Jack is running P6 with the 12-second lead over Amarillo Dash. So the back half of the field, I think, is pretty settled. Then we got Raider, who's pulled over a 2-second lead over C-Dubs. He's got over a 4-second lead back to P3 Beavis. Freedom Dorito running P4, 5.5 seconds behind Beavis. And then a huge gap back to P5 with Metal. And Johnny Boy, honestly, Johnny's only a couple seconds behind him, so that position's still up for grabs. Hashtag not last. The race is on.
With the million pit stops that Johnny Boy done.
Right?
Dan stuck in a bit of traffic. It's down to 1.6 seconds. Wonder if that's traffic related or is he struggling with that car?
Yeah, I see C-Dubs in between P1 and P2, so I think he may have got caught up at Ascari.
He's got one lap left, and he just put in a fastest lap. That last lap was his fastest lap of a set of worn tyres and no fuel.
Raider gave him plenty of room. Let these two battle out for the race win. What's going through Dan's head right now? Just stay on track.
He's just thinking, stay on track. Just get to the end. Got 3 corners left. Got 4 corners left. How many corners you got left?
Hopefully he's not thinking, how could I have thrown this 11-second lead?
Right.
No, he won't be thinking that. He'll get
Maintain.
if he can keep this over a second gap coming out of these S's, he's won the race. And that's all that will be going through his head. Is just keep that over a second, because
1.2.
because that's when you get real good at like slipstream, and the overspeed then becomes very difficult to defend against.
He's holding it. One more turn. Here we go for the win. Better Dan, gotta hold him off.
Well done.
Very
Better.
nice, Dan. What a drive by Slow K. But Better Dan with the win. Congratulations, Slow K. Very impressive. Midnight, a solid race for P3. And Fernando, you know,
Raider winning
Raider
group 3.
with Group 3, C-Dubs, P2. Beavis wasn't able to get around C-Dubs, but holds on to the P3 podium. Very nice, very well done. Fernando Button coming across. He'll grab the P4, solid finish. Carl right behind him. Oh, Jack.
Oh, Jack's run. Oh no.
Oh, no, these guys already finished, sorry.
Yeah, they've already finished. Yeah. I saw the hazard lights going, oh, he's ran out of fuel.
Very, very entertaining. Love the strats in this race.
Yeah,
Very impressive drives.
The softs had me. The amount of softs that Johnny used.
What, 4 sets? 3 sets,
Something
4
like
sets?
that.
I think it was
Yeah.
3, but still, that was that was a lot. I didn't expect to see the softs at
Right.
all.
No.
Well,
Not at least
congratulations
3
to
times.
right. Congratulations to Dan for the overall win in our split 4 race GT1 class. Very impressive run. Tells him if you could read us through these, I would appreciate it.
Sure thing. So taking the overall victory is Vetter Dan. P2, valiant effort by Slow K. Just didn't have enough to take the lead from Vetter Dan. Rounding out our podium, we have Midnight. Finishing in P4, we have Fernando Button. And just behind him is PHG, it's just Carl. P6, Jack Skellington. And rounding out the GT1 class, PHG Amarillo Dash. Winner of the GT3 class, PHG Raider. After that, we got PHG C-Dubs and P2 in this class. And completing the GT3 podium, Beavis 75. P4, we got Freedom Dorito. Then we have Metal taking P5. And rounding out the back of the grid, PK2 Johnny Boy.
Awesome. What a race, you guys. We saw 2 great races today.
Yeah, we did. There
It
was
was,
so many different strats as well.
Yeah, a huge strat difference, even between the 2 races.
Yeah.
But again, it looked like the one stop, 2 stints on the hards was the predominant way to go.
Yeah, I think that was the perfect recipe if you could pull it off.
Yeah.
But running the hards is difficult because the car's so slippery. So
And honestly, if Slow K didn't have the issues on lap 1 there, where he spun, I think we'd be looking at a different winner. However, Better Dan proved that he was definitely just kind of maintaining until he didn't have to, or couldn't, and he was able to push a little further too. But it was fun watching Slow K come up through the field, though.
yeah, it was. Yeah, really impressive drive by Slow K. Well raced by Vetter Dan though. He kind of took the opportunity and he kept it.
Yeah,
So-
he did. Absolutely. And then Raider.
And
with the Group 3 win. Pretty
Yeah.
dominant. Pretty dominant performance
Even
from him all
coming in
race.
for a set of softs to finish it off with. It was
Right
an
at the end,
alternative strategy that we've seen throughout all the other races. So it
Yeah.
just goes to show different strats can work. Yeah, very good race. And Vetter don't forget, only just done a race and he's come and done another one. So that's 2
Right.
hours worth of racing. So he must
And he
be
won both of his
exhausted.
races.
Yeah. So have a glass of water or a beer, whichever one you prefer.
Right. All right. So with this race, plenty of drivers to choose from, but we got to decide on our drivers of the race. Tezin, we'll start with you this time, man.
I feel like I'm taking everyone's choice, but
Probably.
I have to give it to Slow K.
Yep.
Incredible recovery drive. Just that close at the end. Yeah, it was impressive. You know, some people they'd get upset, they'd rage quit, but he stuck it out. He pushed hard and almost came out with the victory. But to finish P2 after that lap one incident, it's nothing short of impressive.
You're right. I totally agree with you. Totally agree with
Yeah.
you. JK, how about you, sir?
Can I say Slow K as well? Or
Yeah.
is that not allowed? No, I'll pick Raider. I think Raider managed his race perfectly, and I like the fact that he came in, slapped the set of softs on, and did it all over again to pass C-dubs. So yeah,
He
Raider for me.
definitely he had just enough of a lead when he came in for that pit and came out right behind C-Dub. So what was it, like a 17-second lead or something like that when he came in?
Yeah,
Perfect timing. He had a couple laps to work with those softs and was able to hold them off. I agree. Great drive. I'm going to go with Vetterdan. Kind of like we just said, 2 races today, 2 wins. This one, he wasn't really challenged, but the challenge was coming. I think if Slow K would have had another lap, maybe 2, I think we might be talking about a different winner, or at least would have had a really exciting finish. Not
yeah,
that wasn't, but
or,
I'm going
or
to go
both
with Vetterdan.
crashing.
Yeah, right. So, all right. So there's our picks. Please vote on the website there, or on the website, on the YouTube channel and chat for your driver of the day, the race. And it looks like C-Dubs has been added by production. So you got 4 choices to choose from. Go ahead and get those picked. Let's kind of go over our sponsors real quick one last time. We've got Simnet at simnetracing.com. You do have a discount code if you want a PHG GTWS. I appreciate them. Then we've also got Paul Davis Restoration. Thank you, 4D Racewear, and of course MZW. 4 great sponsors. Thank you for helping us support the channel and keep this going. I do appreciate all of that. Final thoughts, Tezim?
Great races all around, both yesterday and today. Glad I was able to take part in yesterday's race.
It was fun watching you in yesterday's race.
Yeah, the next Group C race I'm really not looking forward to, just because I'm not great at Bathurst, and I don't know how multi-class is going to work there. I don't know what Shaggy was thinking with that combo, but I mean, if there's going to be chaos in the race, that's
I
going to
was
be
just about
one.
to say it's going to give you the chaos that you want.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I'm going to be part of that chaos at some point, so
It's
I'm
all right.
not,
I'm going to watch.
I'm not looking forward
next-
to that. But it's going to be fun.
Yeah. Final thoughts for you, JK?
I really enjoyed this weekend's race, or split 1 all the way down to split 4, and looking forward to the next round. Actually,
Yeah, I think so too. Our next round, just so you all know, is going to be the GT1/GT3 Toyota Cup, and we will be a 90-minute endurance race, and we'll be at Suzuka, full course. We'll have both qualifying nights, on the first one on the 26th, and then again on the 27th for our qualifying. But it should be a very, very entertaining And known Shaggy, watch for some rain too. Should be pretty fun. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much gonna be it for our night. How about any final thoughts? What do you
I'm
guys
going to
think
go
about
and have a Suzuka.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. It should be entertaining. Let's just go with that.
It always is, though, isn't it?
It is.
Suzuka. It's just one of those tracks that just works. I always find as well with like what we just watched here, any of the real life tracks that are in this game, they always seem to work quite well in terms of giving you some action.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and say our goodbyes. JK, if you want to start us out, lead us out of here, and so we can call this a day.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon.
Tazim?
I just want to say, please help control the box population. Have your boxes crushed and recycled. And I will see you guys next Saturday.
And for me, I want to welcome and thank everybody that's been a part of this. TK's for running today's broadcast. All kinds of work in the background. Thank you to Shaggy for putting this league together and giving us some fun races to deal with every week. I appreciate every single one of you. And until next week, you guys have a great weekend. Stay safe. Go get those wins. Till next time, guys.
Well, PHG family, you stayed to the last lap. Hands up, screens up. One more time for the ride. Turn tonight. You held the line with me through red flags and green light.
Pit lane stories, full gas hearts. We chase that finish sound.
Now the last spring fades away,
But we ain't slowing down.
hear that engine call.
One more roll of thunder.
Keep that fire in your chest.
We're going back under.
PHG World Series Season 4.
We were born for more. Until next time,
We hit the floor, we hit the floor.
PHG World Series Season 4. Keep that engine roar. Until next time.
We run it back once more.
You saw the slide, you saw the save.
You saw the last lap grin.
Every wheel to wheel, every close call.
We felt you leaning in.
The checkered flag don't mean goodbye, just means the night went wild.
Save that spot for the next green. We'll meet you in a while.
When the lights go low and the final screen is glowing,
All that talk, all that heat.
still keeps the whole room flowing.
PHG World Series Season 4.
We were born for more. Until next time.
We hit the floor, we hit the floor.
PHG World Series Season 4. Keep that engine roar. Until next time.
We run it back once more. To every driver who